this team right now?
You're seeing the ball pressure, us causing disruptions, which, deflections, steals, blocks. I think we had like 50 of those last game. We had combined 15 and 10, 15 steals and 10 blocks last game. So it's just our activity has grown. That's translating to us having good defensive efforts.
I've said this on the air about your coaching. I said that it impresses me how you do let players play through mistakes while holding them accountable. How do you balance that?
I think one of the terms I've used is you have to learn by playing and going through the fire of the NBA. So we have a standard for we want to play. We always talk about that if it drops below that. But, we're still learning. And you can't just micromanage the game from the sidelines. They're going to have to go through some of those things. But if the effort level drops, we're always going to hold each other accountable to that.
This is not just a young team. It's an extremely young team. And you look at the development of an Alex Sarr and coming off a monster game against Portland. Trey Johnson it seems to be getting better every game. What are you seeing in Trey Johnson's development it's a small sample size, from the beginning of the season till now?
Just he's finding and getting comfortable where he can find his spots within the offense. I think his defense is improving, his activity. And then the thing that's great is that he causes so much gravity, you're seeing the passing too. So he's kind of putting it all together, but he knows he's got a long way to go, and he's enjoying this journey.
Tonight is John Wall's celebration night. I know you've seen so much of him as a player, an opposing coaching standpoint. What are your thoughts on him? I know also he was so popular here in the community as well.
Obviously a terrific player, and I coached against him for many years. And his speed, I think I talked about this yesterday, his ability to get into the paint, but he was a great passer too. I don't think people realize how good a passer he was. And then, learning since I've been here with the Wizards, just being out in the community, the impact that he had here, that stuff leaves a legacy, and that's why, he's here tonight celebrating it. Best of luck. Thank you.
Are you ready for it?
Hey, we are ready. Good to have you on board tonight, Wizards basketball on the radio and the app. However you're finding us, the Milwaukee Bucks, they've dropped 3 in a row, 18-27 on the season. Ryan Rollins, A.J. Green in the backcourt, Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis Jr., 2 former Wizards in the front court, and Miles Turner round out the starting 5. The Wizards will have Bilal Coulibaly and Trey Johnson in that backcourt, Kershawn George and Chris Middleton and forwards, and Alex Sarr in the middle. Jason Goebel, Sean Corbin, and John Conley are referees as assigned by the NBA. The Wizards wearing their City Edition uniforms tonight. The City Edition court as well. City Edition uniforms. It is the gold with the black horizontal stripe, the white numbers, and Washington across the top of the jersey. The Bucks in dark tonight with the white trim. Dark green it is for the Bucks and white trim as Miles Turner gets set to jump center with Alex Sarr, and we get set to start the proceedings on a night when John Wall is in the building broadcasting for Amazon Prime. Great to have him back, and we are celebrating him these last couple of days, and he deserves it. Ball about to go in the air, and yes, it's up, and Alex Sarr knocks it back. Boy, that was a dramatic. Jason Goebel was just holding onto the ball. Hash mark left wing Johnson as they work right to left. George, edge of the circle, cuts to his right. Now out front Johnson, top of the arc, right elbow, long stride, Banks, no. Rebound Miles Turner. Just underway, the Wizards and Bucks. The Wizards can win the season series against the Bucks. They've won the last 2 meetings, including New Year's Eve. Remember that big Alex Sarr block? And then the C.J. McCollum baseline jumper. Kuzma, foul line, gets in the paint, spins, left corner now. Miles Turner for 3. That's off the back of the iron. And the rebound is brought in by Middleton. A good game on Tuesday, 19 points. Little shimmy shake goes at Kuzma, lost the dribble. And George saves it back to Middleton, left wing, top of the arc, Sarr. Sarr now right at the top of the key. Hands off to Trey Johnson, off the Sarr screen, back to Sarr to the basket. Oh, yes, lays it up and in. So gently. 2-0 Wizards. The Chris in the game, 11:05 to go here in the first quarter at Capital One Arena. Head to the circle now, Miles Turner. Run by Sarr out front. Hands off to Kuzma. Wheels, top of the key, left elbow. Spins, back to Turner. Top of the arc for 3. In and out. And Alex Sarr will get the rebound. Fans are booing Kyle Kuzma every time he touches the ball. Middleton, top of the key, foul line. Right wing at the hash mark, George. George, top of the arc, open 3. It's there. A 5-0 run for the Wizards to start this game. Working left to right now. Rollins comes up court, just having a terrific year. Also used to play for the Wizards briefly. Now wheeling at the foul line. Green back right wing outside the arc. Kuzma for three. That's no good. Alex Sarr and Turner wrestle for the rebound. Getting it. Sarr. They had to Keshawn George. Hashmark on the right wing. George crossover. Step back over Portis for three off the back of the iron. The rebound chased down by Ryan Rollins. 5-0 Wizards. Rollins bounce pass now. Left the lane. Portis backs in left block on George. Back it in. Turns the baseline. Fades off the back of the iron. No. Middleton the rebound. 5-0. Wizards on top as Middleton comes to the center circle. Drives. Right elbow. Bounce pass. Broken up. Coming up with the Rollins. Center circle Kuzma. They're cutting Portis. Intercepted by Koulibaly. Koulibaly is then fouled in the backboard by Kuzma. Boy, what instincts by Koulibaly. He was like a defensive back. The way he got back and just jumped that passing lane out of nowhere.
The only way to play transition defense is to sprint back to the paint. That's exactly what Koulibaly did. It wasn't a jog. It wasn't a run. It was a sprint. And that's what got him the steal.
That's a good point. Going Consort left at the top of the key. Alex Sarr threads a pass, broken up by Green. Well, I say broken up. I don't think he knew much about it. His back was facing a kind of an ambitious pass in traffic. It'll stay with the Wizards. 9:37 to go. First quarter of play. Baseline right, Keshawn George to inbound the ball. George into Trey Johnson. Right corner for three. In and out. Rebound Koulibaly. Back to Johnson. Right wing outside the arc for three. No. Kuzma the rebound. 5-0 Wizards. 9:28 to go first quarter. Up court to Rollins. Rollins. Quick trigger three. Got it. From the right wing, and they counted for two. Referee, well, they're calling it, yeah, it's two. The referee said two. The scoreboard said three. Referee overrules. George now top of the arc. Working right to left. Crossover. Goes around Turner to the basket. Bacon scores, and he slithers down the lane after leaving Miles Turner behind. 7-2 Wizards.
Boy, he put him in a blender with a crossover move. That was sweet.
Rollins drives baseline. Back up front. Turner open three. In and out. Sarr collects the rebound. Now it's Sarr crashing the boards tonight. Sarr now left the circle. Foul line. Lost the dribble on the wing. Portis scoops it up. Then it goes into the backcourt where Trey Johnson gets it to Koulibaly. Left corner. Middleton for three. Off the rim. No. Sarr grabs the rebound. His fourth rebound. Blocked by Turner, though. His putback attempt gets it back. Out front, George. Edge of the center circle for three. Rims out. And Kuzma the rebound. A little bit chaotic and crazy right now. 7-2 Wizards. The boost for Kyle Kuzma. He goes at Middleton to the basket. Flips to the shot. No. Alex Sarr knocked the rebound to Middleton. Middleton working right to left. Capital One Arena on the right side. Middleton. Top of the key. Right elbow. Spins. Jab step right at the top of the key. And fouled by Kyle Kuzma.
Wow.
So that'll be Kuzma's second foul already, just 8:09 left in the first quarter.
The fans are all over Kyle Kuzma like if they were Marcus Smart on defense. You got another player out there defensively.
Well, you think
they are all over him. Wow.
You think his name was Kelly Olynyk a year after he spoiled our playoffs against the Celtics. Which, by the way, John Wall forcing that Game 7, his favorite memory of basketball. His time here as Middleton makes the free throw. Hey, Jeff is here for the start off the coast of Haiti as he's cruising along.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for those adoption papers.
We got to do a Wizards post-game radio show one time. We
got to do an adoption ceremony.
That's right. All right. At Dave J. Sports at Glenn Consort, if you want to connect. And as always, we appreciate the community. Remember, Friday, that's tomorrow, after the Lakers game, we are live at Fuddruckers for the Michelob Ultra Live post-game show, just steps away from Capital One Arena. Both free throws made. 9-2 start for the Wizards. Rollins cuts to his left. Left corner now. Driving Andre Jackson's coming to the game. Hands off to A.J. Green. Hash mark in the left wing. Left corner, Rollins. Lob for Turner. Double team. Left the restricted arc, and George picks up the loose ball. Johnson now. Right elbow Sarr. Hangs. Denied by A.J. Green, and no foul. In transition, Rollins. And Rollins left the lane. Off the back of the iron. No. Rebound, Keshawn George. Boy, A.J. Green just bodied up Alex Sarr. Sarr missed. Top of the arc, Trey Johnson for three. No. 9-2 Wizards. 7:30 to go. First quarter of play. And we have a timeout, Doc Rivers. I don't know, Glenn Concert, was just me, but this is not exactly beautiful basketball right now.
It's choppy. A lot of quick shots from both teams right now. But I do like the intensity that the Wizards have come out defensively. And what's confusing Milwaukee on offense right now is that the Wizards are switching everything. When you switch everything, your offense can become stagnant, and that is what is happening right now to the Bucks.
Hey, Sam, good to have you on board tonight. Pablo as well. Ed D. Hey, Ed D. He used to join us back from music lessons. Now he's busy with his family. And boy, what a beautiful family he has. And glad you're staying with Wizards Radio. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Dave Johnson back with Glenn Concert. We are at Capital One Arena. Yes, John Wall, they're going to have a special ceremony at halftime. In fact, they're going to have a special surprise for John that he's going to like. It's going to be a lasting part of our city, Washington, D.C., and he does not know about it. And we'll, of course, tell you about that and much more. We appreciate our friend, the Meadock, wearing tonight John Wall's high school jersey. Yes, the John Wall fandom is still strong, and just this celebration night is so great to do as we celebrate his retirement, transition into a new career in broadcasting as he's with Amazon Prime. Cornell hockey fan, I hope you're staying warm in icy New York. We're in icy Washington, D.C. What do you think were the talking points for both teams? Because even though the Wizards are up by 7, it felt very hectic and chaotic.
Well, if you're a point guard playing on both of these teams right now, you got to pull it back out and put the other 4 guys in spots where you can run a play. Sometimes slowing down will help.
All right, working left to right. Andre Jackson for the Bucks. Top of the arc, A.J. Green denied by Sarr. Right of the circle, Rollins. 6 on the clock. Driving, gets in the paint. Right corner, Portis for 3. Got it. Now that was good ball movement. 9-5 Wizards. And that was more under control by the Bucks.
They ran a play, multiple touches.
Center circle now, Koulibaly. Left at the top of the key, Alex Sarr, and got a whistle. It'll be Andre Jackson off the ball. That'll be the 3rd team foul in the Bucks. The Wizards do not have a team foul. 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. Good crowd. A lot of buzz tonight about John Wall's celebration tonight. Of course, we got the Lakers coming in tomorrow. Left the circle, Trey Johnson. George now off a Sarr screen, right of the circle. Keyshawn on the dribble, top of the arc, Alex Sarr. He's got a look from 3, rims out. Turner gets a rebound, left to right, Jackson. Hash mark left wing, Green. Bounce past the Portis, left the lane, guarded by Koulibaly. Drives. Koulibaly knocks it away. He thought cleanly, but he'll get called with a foul. 9-5 Wizards on top. Again, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out with a calf strain.
I thought that was clean. He might have fouled him when he got into the drive.
Yep. They're going to challenge it.
And that, to me, is going to be something interesting here, because I thought he fouled him before he got into
I agree. And I think...
when he went up for the shot, when they called it, it was a no foul.
Right. I agree, but that's the problem. I think when they review this, they're going to see the initial foul. We'll see. There'll be a review. Although Glenn and I just reviewed it, so what's there to talk?
There's nothing to review. Let's keep playing.
9-5 Wizards on top. Again, it's a Bucks team. Look, a lot of rumors about Giannis. We just know he's not playing tonight. And again, the Wizards trying to win the season series. They've won 2 of the 3 games so far. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Johnson back with Glenn Concert as they review the foul on ball. Koulibaly, 9-5 Wizards, 6:40 to go, first quarter of play. Hey, Jason Deering, always good to have you from Fort Myers, Florida. He says we're not missing anything. I think it's getting cold in Florida. By Florida standards, we had a listener share earlier with us, John in Orlando, I should have mentioned, says it's in the 40s in Orlando. We would love to be in the 40s right now.
40s,
in Washington, D.C.
See, they just had a shooting contest at the exact spot John Wall hit in Game 6 against the Celtics.
And he just made it.
Yeah.
Not John Wall, but a guy wearing a John Wall jersey. That's a neat little in-break contest as we celebrate John Wall night. And again, that was a shot, Game 6.
It was a great
John
shot.
Wall 3. First of all, the play was not for him. It was for Bradley Beal. And John actually shared with me last night he was mad about that. But then he's got Avery Bradley guarding him, so he knows he can't drive. He just shot it. And the rest is history.
Yep.
And it's history we're not going to forget. All right, Sam has got it synced up. He says it was a clean challenge, but we'll see. Successful challenge, but they're saying Milwaukee ball. Okay.
Yeah.
They had possession. All right, so successful.
We were right.
We were, yeah.
Huh? we got a new career waiting for us.
Although I think we were both worried they were going to call the foul.
Yeah.
Initial drive. Andre Jackson inbound for the Bucks in the corner on the left sideline, right in front of the Bucks bench. He's got to get it in. Jackson all the way up on Turner, center circle, hands off to Rollins. Rollins guarded by Coulibaly, 11 on the clock. Left corner, Portis for 3. Swish. High arcing swish, 9-8, and the last 6
Bobby
from Bobby Portis.
He's a shooter, and Chris Middleton has that assignment. He's going to have to really get up on him, make him put it on the floor.
Middleton into the circle, rocking the cradle, back and forth. Trey Johnson, hash mark on the left wing, guarded by A.J. Green. Bounce pass to Middleton. Jab, step, fade. Left lane, scores. Chris Middleton, again, coming off that 19-point performance. Looking like he's getting back in rhythm.
No, he is. And he felt that shorter player, Rollins, on him, posted him up from mid-range and nailed it. A.J.
Green out top of the arc, left the circle, Ryan Rollins. Left corner, Andre Jackson, a corner 3 off the rim. 11-8 Wizards. Coulibaly the rebound. 5:50 to go, first quarter. Coulibaly right of the circle. Top start, drives around Starr, off a screen, out front Middleton. Right elbow, spins the foul line. Pass down low, and it was away from Alex Sarrs. Alex Sarr was tangled up in the post. So a turnover for the Wizards.
Dave, we're always saying, you got to pay attention to the personnel. Well, this is a game where you don't want to pack the paint. You got to get outside the three-point line. Milwaukee is second in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage. So they have multiple players, A.J. Green, Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, Ryan Rollins, Kuz, could all make threes.
You can almost name the whole team to amplify.
I thought I was going to get booed when I mentioned Kuz's name.
No. Again, he was a great citizen while here with Washington, but some frustration. Rollins left elbow, ball fake, over the shoulder with his back to the basket, off the glass. No. In transition, Johnson leaves it for a trailing George. One dribble. Over to Johnson. Top of the arc. Right elbow. Trey, right of the lane. Goes at Jackson. In the paint. Spins. Fades right side of the lane. It's short off the front of the rim. George battles. Gets a rebound. George, a putback at one. 13-8. I tell you, nothing's easy right now. It doesn't seem. 5:12 to go.
But I'll tell you what, guys like Keyshawn George is staying with every play. That time he came, Bobby Portis had inside position on him. Inside. And he was able to, with his length and that long wingspan, did a terrific job reaching over Bobby Portis, which that's no easy task because Bobby Portis is also 6'9".
Keyshawn George with his 500th career rebound makes the free throw. 14-8. Wizards on top. All right, the Bucks now with 14 fouls. 14-8. Wizards lead. 5:04 to go in the first. In the center circle now, Cole Anthony's come in. Guarded by Justin Champagnie is coming for the Wizards. A.J. Green, left wing, left the lane, Portis. Backing in on Bobby Carrington. Backing in, turns, wiggles around Carrington, banks, and scores. Left side with a left hand. Last 8 Bucks points belong to Bobby Portis. 14-10 Wizards. Edge of the circle, Trey Johnson. Foul line, edges in the paint. And it's going to be on the floor as he went to pass it to Alex Sarr. It'll be a Cole Anthony foul. No, they're going to say it was in the act of shooting. I thought he was trying to pass it to Sarr. It was on the floor, but it's a 15 foul. There we go. See, I was right again. That's twice tonight. I'm done.
You're being recruited by officiating.
So 5 fouls for the Bucks with 4:41 to go. Trey Johnson makes a free throw.
Which also has added to the choppiness of this game. So much stoppage with fouls.
Good to have Kevin listening tonight. And McLean is multitasking. Capitals are facing the Red Wings. Boy, do they need a win tonight.
Yes, they do. And the Wizards have no fouls.
Trey Johnson makes both free throws. So for Johnson, he has 2 points on the night. 16-10 Wizards. Cross midcourt on the left side, Anthony. Top of the arc, Miles Turner. Turner, guarded by Sarr, hands off Green. Green, back to cutting Turner to the basket. And one. Keshawn George hung on the rim, but went in. Keshawn George a foul. Alex Sarr came out on the perimeter. And that was a wise choice by Green to catch a cutting Turner to the basket.
And give credit to A.J. Green, because what he did, he was on the right wing, and he gave a ball fake, which shifted the defense to the left, and he kicked it inside to Miles Turner. That's a beautiful pass by A.J. Green.
Miles Turner to shoot once, first team foul. Will Riley has now also come in, and Jameer Watkins, who was in many ways the hero as he shut down Shaedon Sharpe on the final play against the Blazers. 16-13 Wizards. Carrington right of the circle. Carrington pointing with his left, drilling with his right. Watkins, hash mark left wing, back to Carrington, center circle. Left wing, Will Riley. Will Riley, couple dribbles, left of the center circle, crossover, top of the key, gets up in the air, feeds George, right wing for three, rims out. A.J. Green the rebound. 4:04 to go, first quarter. 16-13 Wizards. A.J. Green in the center circle, guarded by Riley. Out front now. Cole Anthony. Anthony driving left lane into the left corner. Passes around now, top of the arc, threading a pass to cutting Green, left hand, right side scores. Pete Nance with the assist. 16-15. The Wizards by one.
Will Riley got caught overplaying, and they backdoored him.
All right, left the circle, Champagny. Hash mark left wing, Riley. Wizards by one. George, hash mark right wing. Goes the drive at Anthony. Bounce pass down to the baseline, Riley. Out front, Watkins for three. Too strong off the back of the iron. No. Battle for rebound, Champagny. And it went off Justin. Pete Nance, Cole Anthony, A.J. Green in there, along with Gary Trent Jr. and Miles Turner. Malachi Branham replaces Keyshawn George. So Bub Carrington, Justin Champagny. The aforementioned Malachi Branham. Watkins and Riley, your Wizards lineup. Anthony approaches midcourt, right of the center circle, guarded by Carrington. Lost the ball. He lost the dribble. Carrington picks it up. He's on the floor, though. Stolen by Trent. Trent driving. Top of the strict arc, denied. Left corner, Nance for three. Got it. And the Bucks get their first lead, 18-16, an 8-0 run by the Milwaukee Bucks. And finally some points by somebody other than Bobby Portis. And to the circle, Carrington. Hash mark right wing, Malachi Branham. On that right sideline, Riley. Back to Branham. Left wing, Carrington. Carrington starts to dribble. 6 on the clock over to Riley. A high pass. Grabs it. Foul line. 2 seconds. Shoots. No. Misses badly. Pete Nance gets a rebound. 18-16 Bucks. Nance. Bounce pass left to the circle. Anthony. Left elbow. Teardrop runner. Right side. No. Malachi Branham on the rebound. 2:26 to go here in the first quarter. Branham. Capital One Arena logo right side. Top of the key. Crossover. Drive. Right of the strict arc. Bounce pass for Champagny, broken up by Anthony, and it'll be Wizards ball. They catch a break there. It was kind of a blind bounce pass. He sensed Champagny behind him, but actually Cole Anthony was in front of Champagny.
Champagny always plants himself in the middle of the floor, getting ready to cut right down the middle. That time just wasn't there.
Out front now, top of the arc, Branham drives, hangs in the air, banks, no. Rebound battle coming over to Carrington, 7 on the clock. Carrington, hash mark on the right wing. On the dribble. 2 on the clock. Crossover in the lane. Flips to the shot off the rim. No. As he falls to his left, shooting to his right. Anthony comes up with the ball. 18-16 Bucks. 1:56 to go, first quarter. Anthony over on the right of the circle. Trent goes around. Carrington pulls up for three. Misses. Battle for the rebound. Miles Turner and Riley tie it up. As Carrington went for the steal, allowed Trent an opening, but he missed the shot.
You know, Wizards going small right now with Riley really is, who's a guard, is the tallest player on the floor. It looks like you got like 5 guards out there. Branham and Bub and Champagny and Watkins and Will Riley. And we'll see how long this small unit lasts.
Bucks offensive end, jump ball. Turner wins it, goes to Gary Trent. Trent now to Turner at the right elbow, guarded by Riley. Trent goes at Riley, banks, no, too hard. As he drove strong, now in transition, left the circle, Champagnie. Champagnie, left elbow driving, slapped away by Gary Trent, goes out of play and off Champagnie. A minute 29 left. 18-16 Bucks. Just not flowing right now.
No, it's not. And, the spacing is tight right now. So they're throwing short passes that are getting either deflected or the play is not there. They got to space it out a little bit more.
In the backcourt, Anthony, guarded by Carrington, crosses the timeline off a Nance screen. A left wing, Trent. In the left corner, guarded by Riley. Hash mark left wing, Portis. Now to Trent. Right of the circle, Anthony. 8 on the clock. Anthony driving. Right block. Gets in the restricted arc. Off balance. Fades in and out. As he was met by a crowd in the restricted arc. Carrington, top of the arc for the Wizards. Whips it. Left wing, Brandon. Ball fake. Goes to drive on Nance. Nance wards him off. Bounce pass. No cutting. Carrington out of the basket. Champagnie bank and score. 3 passes, 2 points, and the Wizards tied at 18. Nicely done. 52 seconds left first quarter. A.J. Green, hash mark right wing. It's his range. Not that time. Battle for the rebound, and Nance. One motion, one hand off the glass for 2. 2018 Bucks. Left of the circle, Carrington. Carrington for 3. Oh, it's there at 1.
Big shot.
And 1. Fouled by Bobby Portis Jr. The Wizards get the lead back 21-20. That was, he had Portis coming at him. That was big time by Bub Carrington.
Well, now I'm starting to feel old, Dave, because Pete Nance is in the game. It's Larry Nance Jr.'s brother.
Yep.
It's his younger brother. Larry Nance Jr. has been in the league 11 years. I played against his father in college. That's not good.
If you need to take a nap, I'll give you 5 minutes.
I'm going to be in a fetal position pretty soon.
Bub Carrington makes the free throw. 22-20 our score. 37 seconds left first quarter. Left the circle, Rollins.
Which would be Larry Nance Sr.
Yeah, Rollins pass deflected by who else? Watkins. Ball on the floor. Rollins gets it back. Right wing Trent for 3. Broken play fixed. 23-22 Bucks. 25.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. So there's a slight difference between the shot clock and game clock. Now left the circle. Carrington on the dribble. Floor is spread. Carrington continues to rock it back and forth. Ryan Rollins is on him. 8 seconds. Gotta go. 5 seconds. Carrington off a Watkins screen. Right sideline. Riley for 3 and a foul by Larry Nance. Riley did not make the shot, but Larry Nance, Pete Nance. See, Glenn, you're messing me up here. Pete Nance. Thinking, where did I get Larry Nance from? We were just going down memory lane with Glenn Consor.
Well, those are the types of plays. Doc Rivers on the sidelines threw his hands up. You're playing good defense for the majority of that, and then you foul with 2.2 seconds left on a three-pointer. And that will crush you.
23 all the scores. Riley makes the first free throw. 2.2 seconds left. Will Riley. Again, we're going to see a lot of him these final 30-plus games, and looking forward to that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Of course, he started the other day in Charlotte when the Wizards sported the youngest starting lineup in NBA history. All right, all 3 free throws made, 25-23. 2.2 seconds left. Working left to right, Rollins, a 75-footer is going to be way short. And the Wizards get out of the first quarter with the lead.
Well, when two teams are shooting below 38%, you got a low score.
Yep.
So 25-23, low scoring first quarter.
Good to have Sergio Garcia with us on, John Wall's celebration night. Allison Baugh saying the same thing. It's wall-to-wall coverage, you might say. And, hey, Matt, good to have you on board. You're 61 degrees in Roseville, California. When we come back, Chase Hughes on John Wall on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Dave Johnson back with Greg Consor and Chase Hughes. And, of course, Chase, we're talking John Wall tonight.
Yeah, so tonight is, of course, a celebration of John Wall. And one of the many things the team is doing is displaying the scorers table that he jumped on after he made the game winner against the Celtics in the playoffs back in 2017. And I walked by it on the concourse, and there was a big crowd. It was a long line of fans waiting to take pictures with the table. Now, usually when I see a big crowd on the concourse, I I assume it's Glenn Consor, but not this time. It was the scores table.
Well, and Glenn doesn't have a table, so that explains it.
I can't jump high enough to jump on that table.
So Chase, where's that scores table been, in storage, or how did they come up with that?
Oh man, that's a great question. I do know. Someone mentioned, I think it was in use until last season. Like it just remained as the Wizards scorers table. So
Chase, do you have the dimensions of that table? Because you have all the stats.
So,
I would say it was about 5 or 6 feet wide. It wasn't like the whole sideline length.
There you go.
Hey, you know what I like about that story, Chase? It shows that the Wizards are just like us. They don't throw anything out. See, the table, it's like my house.
We're all hoarders.
That's right.
That's the thing about moving.
That's good stuff.
You just move junk from one place to another.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan Steele's listening with Alex, coming back from dinner out tonight because expecting more snow tomorrow. Is that right? And from the ice planet, Don Petrie checks in. And the ice planet would be Columbia, Maryland. Boy, that's the thing. The ice is just no fun. And I don't mean because of hockey. It just is no fun. We love hockey. It's just not when we're trying to drive. As trying to drive was Ryan Rollins, and we have a foul as we start the second quarter. Justin Champagnie gets his first personal. Robin Hood numbers, Glenn, as you documented, the Wizards shooting 29%.
Yeah.
39% for the Bucks.
Not bad, and you're up by 2.
Yeah, crazy. Portis, top of the arcs for 3. Off the back of the iron, long rebound, corralled by Carrington. Working right to left, Bub through the center circle. Now Riley out front, right wing for 3 off the rim. Had a good look. Rollins rebound stolen by Trey Johnson. Getting it Riley. Right elbow, and he's fouled by Rollins.
A nice play by Trey Johnson, keeping that long rebound alive. Those are the little things that help you win games.
Well, and this is the thing about this Wizard, 29%, but you're sensing the intensity. They're playing through the offensive woes.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. They're out-rebounding the Bucks 19-12. So sometimes, you take the good and the bad.
Carrington in the right corner. Johnson is back to Rollins. They're working right to left. It's right in front of the Wizards bench. 10 on the clock. Johnson goes to drive baseline. Backs in, Blake blocks. 6 on the clock. And we have a whistle. Defensive 3 seconds will be the call. So on Pete Nance.
Not Larry.
No, not Larry Nance.
Not his brother or his dad.
So Trey Johnson with 500 career points as he makes that technical free throw. 26-23 the score. Jonathan Morris, our Director of Intelligence, tells us the Wizards now 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Bucks just 1 of 1 so far. Right sideline, Riley. Guarded by Trent. Lob for Sars back in the game, right of the circle. Guarded by Portis out front. Alex Starr hands off to Trey Johnson. Johnson probes down the left block, left the lane. Shoots, scores at 1.
Uh-oh.
Trey Johnson.
He turned an ankle.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is in pain down as you uh-oh'd. Trey Johnson gets up limping.
Ouch.
28-23 the score. That was a tough shot.
It was, and the defense landed in his space, which is why they called it when he came down.
Ryan Rollins gets called for the foul, and the review of it should be upgraded because he was not allowed to land.
Right.
All right, 11-10 left, second quarter, and we have a review underway. 28-23 if it meets the...
And Trey Johnson is not sitting down. He just wants to keep walking on it, but he turned it. And he's tough as nails, Trey Johnson. Just all that young man wants to do is hoop. That's it. Nothing else.
And I thought Chris Wright, your post-game the other day, made a great point. He showed leadership skills.
Yes.
At his age of 19. Speaking of post-game, the Michelob Ultra post-game show. It's after every game, but tomorrow's special will be at Fuddruckers, just steps away from Capital One Arena. If you're listening inside the arena on 87.9 FM, like Ricky and others, I give you a big shout out. We want to see you at Fuddruckers tomorrow. Good to have Harry Lichtman listening tonight in Silver Spring. At Dave J Sports, at Glenn Consor. Always, if you want to connect. This is a night when we also celebrate John Wall. John Wall is now living in Coral Gables, Florida, but he very much thinks of Washington as the town where a kid from Raleigh became a man. And, of course, when you think about when he was drafted in 2010, it was at a low point for the Wizards.
The defender makes a reckless closeout, taking the landing space of the shooter, causing him
reckless
to not land
closeout
safely. Therefore, to be a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
All right,
The shooter
flagrant
shoot
1.
2 to make 1.
So 28-23 is a reckless closeout by Ryan Rollins. But the point I was making is just that he came to the city and gave this team a lot of optimism. And you know what? Just a few seasons after he arrived in the playoffs, and we still remember that feeling in 2014.
Yeah, so exciting.
Winning over Chicago. Thought we were going to get that second round series with Indiana, but had some great memories here.
And you know what, Dave? If you remember when we drafted John, when the Wizards drafted John, they really needed a point guard.
Yep.
And he came in and just lit up every NBA team and lit the city up, too. Everyone got behind him. And with the brand of up-tempo style play that he had, he was great on the break. And also, I just remember the pick and rolls with Marching Gortat.
Everybody eats. 29-23 Wizards into Carrington now. After the technical made by Johnson. Carrington, hash mark right wing, right elbow. Crossover, shoots, scores! As he broke Cole Anthony's ankles. 31-23. It's a 9-0 run by the Wizards. Anthony now, center circle. Edge of the circle, Bobby Portis. Portis driving, hands off. Now Kuzma gets in the paint, right corner. Nance for 3, no. And rebound Justin Champagnie working right to left Carrington. Carrington, right corner, Trey Johnson. Back out front, Carrington, hash mark on the right wing. Covered by Anthony, cuts to his left, feeds to cutting Champagnie, turns, banks, and scores. Right of the restricted arc, 11-0 run, 33-23 Wizards' biggest lead. Anthony now trying to go at Champagnie, stop, hand off to Portis, left wing Kuzma off a Portis screen, right wing outside the arc, Anthony for 3, no. Rebound, bank, and score by Bobby Portis.
Well, Justin Champagnie, by the way, is the oldest Wizards player on the floor right now at 24 years old.
I can see the gray. Edge of the circle, Alex Sarr. Hands off to Johnson. Top of the arc, top of the key. Feeds right wing, Riley. Riley on the dribble, goes at Nance. Right at the top, he rises, shoots. No. Looked like it was going to go. Portis the rebound. 33-25 Wizards. 9:53 to go in the second quarter. Gary Tran at the point. Right wing Portis. Portis backing in on Sarr. Turns, fades inside the foul line. Too much fade off the front of the rim. And the Wizards corral the rebound. Working right to left now. Carrington at the hash mark. Guarded by Kuzma. Carrington on the dribble right sideline. 15 on the clock. Goes at Kuzma. Driving left the restrictor arc. Blocked by Kuzma. And it went off Carrington. It goes out of play.
I love the edge that Bob Carrington is playing with tonight. You know, statistically, he's got 6 points. He only has 2 rebounds. He's got 2 assists, but it doesn't tell the story. He's mixing it up. He's getting into the paint to try to rebound. He's boxing out. He's all over the place.
Matt says he remembers Larry Nance playing for Cleveland back in the late 80s at the old Arco Arena in Sacramento. Kuzma left the circle. Crosses, bounce pass, cutting Turner, slam. Right down the middle. Miles Turner throws it down, and that's enough for Brian Keefe to call a timeout as the Bucks bring it to a 6-point game, 33-27. We're back in a moment. Our Thursday get-together on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Left corner Porter, ball fake, he drives, gets to the restrictor, clips of a shot, no. Rebound, popcorns of Porter, right wing Wall. Lowry is on him, fresh 24. John Wall, crossover drive, got inside, slam! Left hand, and then he bangs his chest with his right hand. John Wall says, welcome to game 4, gets the crowd up here at Capital One Arenas. He threw that down the left hand after beating Kyle Lowry.
That was as nasty of a dunk as you're going to see. Windmill dunk on Valanciunas.
Yes, and when Greg Constance says nasty, he means nasty. That's a John Wall memory from Game 4 as we celebrate the Game 4 against Toronto in 2018 as we celebrate John Wall night here at Capital One Arena. He is broadcasting for Amazon Prime. Remember, you can sync with us and listen to the radio if you want, or if you want to listen to John and his cohorts as well. John you made a point, Glenn Kotzer, not only does he play with such passion, such energy, such athleticism, he really has has a high basketball IQ.
Yeah, I'm always talking, Dave, you know this. I'm always talking about point guards making the entry pass. And he was one of the best. Him and Andre Miller. You learned a lot from Andre Miller. But, I just remember John coming down and starting the offense off of a penetration and a skip pass into the corner, which started 3 or 4 or 5 touches by the Wizards. That is rare to have a guard that can do that.
And John Wall, his kids, he has 7 and 5-year-old boys here.
Ace and Amir.
And they are both here tonight. And also, I spoke with him before the game. He's wearing a locket around his neck. And there's a picture in that locket of his mother, Frances Pulley.
She was the best.
She was a big part in making sure that he made it to college, to the NBA, and just was able to pursue his dreams.
When my post-game position used to be down by the locker room, I used to wait and anticipate her walking by to give me that smile, and she would give me a hug every time, because I was kind of like pushed to the side over there, and she was the sweetest, just the sweetest mom.
33-27, Wizards facing full court pressure. They just had an 11-0 run, and they enjoyed a 10-point lead, but now it's down to 6. Carrington right of the circle off a Sarr screen. Sarr, top of the arc. Stops left at the top of the key, hands off Trey Johnson. Johnson off the Sarr screen. His runner left side of the lane. That was smooth. That's 8 for Trey Johnson. 35-27 Wizards. 8:57 to go. Wizards shooting has improved to 35%.
I love how he can get off one leg on floaters down the paint. Reminds me of Trae Young.
Kuzma now to Miles Turner, center circle. Guarded by Sarr for Portis and stolen by Champagnie. He jumped in front of Portis to the basket. Slam right in. Spring loaded as he bangs it down. I see Trae Young celebrating on the bench.
Yes.
37-27. The Wizards match their biggest lead.
Just a Champagnie for your thoughts as he steps in the passing lane, gets the steal, and throws down the hammer.
14-4 advantage for the Wizards this quarter. That's good for what ails you. All right. Hey, we're having some fun tonight. Hope you are too. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network.
It's going down for it.
Left sideline, Jeff Green to inbound the ball. 132-130 Celtics. Out front, Smart for 3. That's no good. Long rebound. Battle for it. Grabbing it, Bradley Beal. Ahead to John Wall. Wall left double. Drives to the basket. Reverse layup and one. John Wall from the left side to the right side. And he's all right. And we're tied at 132. And with 44 seconds left in the second overtime, John Wall is going to the free throw line.
Blazing speed. Like a bullet just blew by Marcus Smart.
That was from December of 2014. The Maya game we like to refer to. Sadly, Maya Nilsson lost her battle with cancer, but John Wall made a connection with her and her entire family. He dedicated that performance to Maya as they defeated the Celtics in overtime. It was, quite frankly, one of the more emotional games that I was involved in calling, just because I could sense the emotion and how much it meant to John Wall, and also it shows how basketball transcends and spectator sports transcend the sport itself. That was not a championship game. That was not a playoff game. No. It was just a moment where, yes, you celebrate what you can do on the court, but you also celebrate the life of one of your supporters, a very special supporter, Maya Nilsson.
And I remember, John's involvement with Make-A-Wish Mid-Atlantic, always giving back to the community, and that was one of the ways he did, and that affected him, losing her.
Yeah, it was, and you just, even though it went to overtime, I think everybody in the village just had a sense, somehow, John Wall will will this team to win, and he did. All right, 37-27 our score. As the Wizards match their biggest lead, and they lead 14-4 in the second quarter. Gary Trent comes up court, shadowed by Will Riley, working left to right. Center circles Kyle Kuzma. Carrington on him. Kuzma comes off a screen, bounce past Portis, left to the lane. Guarded by Champagnie. Portis drives, bangs, top of the street guard, jump hook, good.
Bobby Portis is playing really well.
37-29, that's 12 for Portis. And again, he had a size mismatch going at Champagnie. Took advantage. Carrington, right elbow driving, floats it up. Sarr catches, spins in the restricted arc, jump hook over Turner, no. But Miles Turner will get called for the foul.
I got to tell you, Dave, the sixth man, which is the fans tonight, that's booing Kyle Kuzma like crazy. He still hasn't scored yet.
Yeah.
So they've been very effective.
Yeah, they're chalk one up for. Again, Kyle Kuzma provided some good memories here,
Yes, he
but
did.
obviously not popular in his return.
I think he had some disparaging remarks
Yes.
when he finally was traded, and fans don't forget that stuff.
Nope. Sarr makes the free throw, 38-29. The Bucks, by the way, 3 fouls. Wizards 1 foul. Again, we're brought to you by Capital One, offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? We hope it's Capital One. Alex Sarr, another free throw coming. Been a good week. We had Portland here Tuesday. Got basketball tonight, basketball tomorrow. Sarr's second free throw, no good. And again, our post-game party at Fuddruckers tomorrow night. Left the circle, Kuzma. You hear the boos. Cross-court pass. It's behind Turner, but Green gets it. Ashmark right wing. That was intended for Turner. Green comes off the screen, gets under the basket, throws out front Kuzma. And now in the right corner goes to Kyle Anthony for 3. Got it. Smart play by Kuzma. 38-32. He had a look, but he gave it in the corner. Now out front, Carrington from Middleton, right of the lane. Faces Green. Middleton goes at Green, spins, couple pump fakes, feeds to cutting Champagnie. Bank, no. Rebound, A.J. Green. And Champagnie well defended as he drove to the basket. Cole Anthony, cross-court pass, left corner, Turner bounce pass in a crowded lane, but Portis picks it up. Bobby Portis looking to break down Middleton. Left lane, now out front, Green. Ashmark. Portis back left elbow, drives on Middleton, jump on top of the restricted arc, we got a foul. So Bobby Portis, he of 12 points, will go to the free throw line for the Milwaukee Bucks. And it'll be Alex Sarr gets called for the foul. Free throws coming, ID is coming. Station identification, we pause 10 seconds for that on the Washington Wizards Radio Network.
You're listening to Washington Wizards basketball on WFED Washington and W232DG Sterling. Federal News Network, your home for Wizards basketball.
Portis misses the free throw. Koulibaly and Jameer Watkins come back in. Tonight, our Director of Intelligence, Jonathan Morris, is also our caterer, is for the first time ever brought up chocolate-covered pretzels. You notice that?
Yeah.
I feel like we're upping our quality of selection.
I think he's trying to kill us.
Do you like chocolate-covered pretzels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Portis makes the free throw, 38-33. I wonder who came up with that idea. I wonder if it was like the Reese's peanut butter. It was an
I
accident.
think it was our engineer, Tim Parker, that came up with that. Kind of caught him in between a chocolate factory and a pretzel factory.
Yeah. We call Tim the Willy Wonka of Wizards basketball. Watkins now to Middleton, right wing drives, feeds in the lane, deflected by Anthony, getting at Portis. That was sloppy. 38-33. Anthony shovels, left wing Turner for 3 off the back of the iron and off the shot clock. 38-33, Wizards on top here in the second quarter.
Bobby Portis is 2 of 3 from 3, and he's one of those guys you got to, again, they're second in the NBA, Milwaukee, in three-point percentage. Bobby Portis is shooting 46% from 3 this season.
Watkins, Ashmark, right wing. Now to George, right sideline, driving, right block, jab, step back up on Middleton. Middleton, foul line, teardrop runner, lane is good, just outside the restricted arc. 40-33, Wizards by 7, 6:24 to go second quarter. Anthony goes at George, goes around George. Pass right wing, Portis. Middleton gets out to him. Portis drives. Bounce pass left corner. Anthony for 3. No. Watkins the rebound. At the George. Center circle. Which has the DMV letters tonight. Champagnie. Ashmark right wing down low. Right block Middleton. He draws double team. Out front Watkins. Catch and shoot for 3 on the back of the iron. No. Champagnie keeps the rebound alive, but Cole Anthony gets it. Shovels to Kuzma. Gets downhill. Slapped away by Watkins. Saved by Kuzma. Green gets it. Out front Anthony. Edge of the circle for 3 off the rim, and then Jameer Watkins brings in the rebound. It came hard off the rim.
Yeah, that was good hands.
Right in the circle, George. Foul line, stop, start. Right of the restrictor, clips of a shot over Turner, and nestles in the basket. 10 for Keith Rayshad George, 42-33 Wizards.
Love that. That was a patient score. Took the extra dribble in the paint.
Right wing A.J. Green, guarded by Champagny. Out front Anthony, edge of the circle. Bounce pass. They're cutting Green, late settling, shoots, doesn't get it to go. Koulibaly the rebound. 42-33 Wizards. Koulibaly goes to Kuzma. Euro step. Bank, no. Follow, yes. Follow Koulibaly. At first you don't succeed. A 6-0 run, 44-33. Biggest lead of the night for the Wizards.
Love that play by Bilal. Went right to the basket.
Anthony, right block, underhand scoop shot. No. Champagny the rebound. A 6-0 run right now. Watkins, left elbow, driving in the paint. Flips to the shot, foul by Green. He went right at A.J. Green. 44-33 with 4:53 to go.
Like how the Wizards are trying to push the paint. Push the pace, I mean. And when they do, they're getting to the rim, they're getting buckets, or they're getting fouled.
Good friend Yup is listening and says he's going to be at the Knicks game. Joyce, welcome aboard as always. And Wizards trying to make it 2 in a row. And also, she points out, a well-deserved appreciation night for John Wall. 45-33 Wizards. There's another one coming for Jamir Watkins. Again, this is a player that he's getting big defensive assignments at the end of the game.
Yeah, he could really play, and his offensive game is coming. He's a physical, not afraid to mix it up type defensive guard, and I love guys like that.
Kuzma now left the circle, guarded by Koulibaly, edge of the circle. Anthony, hash mark in the left wing, drives to his right wing Kuzma, guarded by Koulibaly. Now front Anthony left the circle, 46-33 Wizards. Now foul line Anthony, touch pass by Green in the right corner, Nance for 3, no. Turner steals the rebound. Out to Anthony, left wing for 3, no. Nance again, the rebound, turnaround, blocked by Champagny. Battle for the rebound, and volleyball's out on the wing, and the Wizards get it. Middleton, right of the circle, the Capital wearing logo. Middleton guarded by Anthony. Wizards with their biggest lead of 13. Now for George. Champagny top of the arc, left corner, Koulibaly. Back to Champagny on the left wing. He's going to take a 3. Oh, it's there. It's there. It's an 11-0 run for the Wizards. Their second 11-0 run of the game. Biggest lead, 49-33.
Bucks played a zone there.
A.J. Green for 3 off the rim. Champagny the rebound.
And they worked on a zone offense against that zone defense.
Koulibaly blows by Nance, but misses the layup. Kuzma the rebound. Off court to Green. Quick catch and shoot for 3, no. Watkins the rebound. The Bucks are 5 of 21 beyond the arc. Working right to left, Wizards. Champagny, top of the arc, shovels to Watkins, left wing. Now George on that left wing. 12-second shot clock. Working off a Watkins screen. Jab, step. Green fell down, missed the shot. Now he lost A.J. Green, but didn't find the shot. Left wing to Anthony. Goes by Champagny, hangs in the air. Follow slam by Kuzma after he missed it off the rim. Anthony was falling down as he got to the basket. Missed the shot, but Kuzma cleaned it up. Stops an 11-0 run. 49-33 Wizards.
2-3 zone by Milwaukee.
George, left wing for 3. It's there.
That's how you expose it.
That's how you beat a zone. 52-35 Wizards. 2:58 to go, second quarter.
Quick pass to the wing. Nobody was on him. Green
drives around George, gets in the paint. Left corner, Anthony open for 3, in and out. Rebound Turner. Turner put that good. Miles Turner makes it 52-37. 2:40 to go here in the first half of play. George, ball fake left wing. Out front Champagny, almost picked off by Anthony. Champagny retains possession. Now drives right elbow right of the strict arc bank. No, but draws a foul. Miles Turner. Justin Champagny attacking. That'll be the 15th foul of the Bucks. Wizards only have 2 team fouls. Sylvester Felicia in Arizona, they're multitasking with Iowa State and Colorado tonight. Is Sylvester Gaskin a grad of Iowa State, the Cyclones, I believe they're known as. 52-37 Wizards. Called a basketball game once in Iowa City, which is one of the Hawkeyes. And I found out that the wind starts in Manitoba and then picks up. And that was a cold December night. 52-37. Champagny misses the first. Tom Davis, remember him? He was coaching that Iowa team.
Tom Davis was coaching Boston College when I played against those teams in my junior and senior year.
Head to the circle down. Bobby Portis hands off Kuzma. Kuzma right of the center circle. Out of Green. 53-37 as Champetti made one free throw. And Nance at the point between the circles. Hands off to Green. Green, left wing. Portis wheels to the left elbow. Trent, top of the arc, top of the key. Left elbow fades off the rim. No. Nance keeps it alive, but George gets it. Keyshawn George left the center circle. Stops on a little herky jerk. Top of the restrictor arc. Clips of the shot. No. Kuzma the rebound. 53-37. Kuzma. Right wing. Gary Trent Jr. for three off the rim. Koulibaly swats at the rebound to Keyshawn George. A minute 47 to go in the first half. George now. Edge of the circle on the dribble with left hand, guarded by Kuzma. Bounce past Middleton. Left wing outside the arc, head down. Feeds Sarr in the paint. Flips to the shot. Scores! A nice running jump hook over Miles Turner. 55-37 Wizards. Minute 26 to go, second quarter of play.
Like how they're defending here down the stretch of this first half.
Portis, top of the arc, drives, right block. Backs in on Koulibaly, backs in, turns, jump hook, left hand, good. Over Koulibaly, Bobby Portis Jr. has 15. 55-39 Wizards. A minute 7 left. Left wing outside the arc. Middleton, right wing Champagne, ball fake, then he takes the three. It's off the back of the iron. Sarr keeps it alive, and it goes in. Sarr just took a swat at it to keep it alive, and he scored. Look what I found. 57-39 Wizards. Out front Portis, edge of the circle. Guarded by Sarr. Hand off to Kuzma. Kuzma now right wing Gary Trent. Feeds right elbow Portis. Guarded by Koulibaly. Goes at Koulibaly. Backs in. Help defense by Middleton. Then bounce pass under the basket. Nance. Easy slam. 57-41.
Bobby Portis has 15 points, and everyone collapsed on him there, and he was able to make a nice pass underneath.
Step back three from Middleton's in and out. Portis gets the rebound. 28 seconds left. 57-41 Wizards. Kuzma goes at Sarr to the basket slam. He got a step on Sarr, and he got a slam. 57-43. Shot clock is off. 19 seconds left in the first half of play. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Morris, NBA Trivia. We'll update you on the honoring of John Wall and much more. Keyshawn George, edge of the circle. 6 seconds, and he was, well, I was going to say fouled by Green, but Keyshawn, an offensive foul.
Wow.
Keyshawn, an offensive foul.
Push.
Well, Sarr, I guess Sarr pushed Green. So Alex Sarr gets called for the offensive foul. 6.1 seconds left. 57-43. The Wizards' biggest lead was 18. Leading by 14 right now. Bucks will inbound the ball from the backcourt. They got plenty of time here with 6.1 left. Cole Anthony inbound the ball. Jameer Watkins ready to cover Kuzma in the backcourt. 5 seconds. And a foul to give. Watkins fouled Kuzma in the backcourt. So that'll be the last 2 minutes. 3.3 seconds left.
Big difference this game has been the free throw line, Dave. 15 of 17, the Wizards. Milwaukee, 2 of 3.
Anthony lobbed to Portis, top of the restrictor, left elbow driving, puts in the shot. No! Tickles the rim and out. He got right there, but the shot didn't. 57-43. Wizards on top at halftime. All right, Chase Hughes, I believe you say you have Kyle Kuzma on your mind?
Yeah, so fans listening may be hearing the boos every time Kyle Kuzma touches the ball. They're not saying Kuz, and the reason why is because
they're saying Hughes.
Yeah, that might be what they're saying, but I think they're saying that because Kuz had some comments before he got traded about how he didn't want to defer to the young guys and their development. But I just have to say I'm surprised at how persistent the fans are. The only thing this reminds me of, really, is when Sidney Crosby comes to town to play the Caps. Every time he touches the puck, he gets booed, and so Kuzma's getting the Sidney Crosby treatment tonight.
Well, you know what? He's also getting the Kelly Olynyk treatment.
That's true.
Certainly a year after Olynyk spoiled our playoffs against the Celtics, every time he touched the ball, boy, he was booed. All right, maybe that'll be one of our trivia questions from Jonathan Morris. NBA Trivia is next. Honoring John Wall at halftime, a special presentation. There'll be some surprises as well. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. They've got the back with Glenn Cosmo as we get set for the second half of play. All right, the Wizards on top 57-43. Good to have Faisal Hassan. Says, let's get this win for John Wall. Scott and Cordy is going to see us tomorrow night as long as they get out of the ice in Greenbelt. And again, tomorrow night we're going to have our Michelob Ultra Live postgame party at Fuddruckers right after the Wizards and Lakers. Rollins hash mark on the right wing. Koulibaly pokes it away. Again, Trey Johnson, not part of the second half because of a sprained left ankle, had 8 points in the first half. So Bub Carrington is out there with the starters. It'll be Bucks ball. Again, this has been a sloppy game, it's felt like. Rollins.
A lot of misses.
Rollins right of the circle. Hands off Kuzma, working right to left. Kuzma, top yard, goes at Sarr. Left is Strickland, couple pump fakes. Oh, blocked by Sarr. Sarr didn't bite for any of the fakes. He blocked it. Right of the circle, George. George now, top of the arc. Going at Turner, driving. Top of the Strickland, blocked by Turner. Sarr gets a blocked ball. Forces it up. And then a foul. Turner picks up his third. Alex Sarr, of course, is getting a block. His first of the night at 6 on Tuesday. So Sarr keeps his block account going. And he's at the free throw line. Getting a terrific game Tuesday, 29 points.
You know, what's deceiving this game is Alex Sarr, yes, he's got a block, but he's got 9 rebounds already. Yep. And when he's out of the game changes for the Wizards. You know, the paint points are scored. It's not that he just changes shots in the paint. But when he's out there, even on a play like that, Dave, on offense, this guy takes a shot. He's there in the right place at the right time. Just, head and shoulders over everyone else.
Makes both free throws 59-43. And, again, Marvin Bagley's out with a thoracic injury. Tristan Vukcevic out with a hamstring injury. When he's out of the game, they go small. Yep. Rollins, top of the arc, left elbow driving. Left corner, Portis for 3, in and out. Rebound Turner and foul from behind, I think, by Alex Sarr. Yep. Turner had, now it's going to be Koulibaly. But Turner certainly had position on Sarr. And he'll go to the line. 59-43, 11:15 to go in the third quarter.
I thought the Wizards caught a break there because Portis was wide open in that corner shot. That's the easiest three-point shot to take and make. And he just missed it. And he's been shooting the ball really well. 46% from 3 this season.
Nice halftime ceremony with John Wall and his two sons, Amir and Ace. And they're naming a court within the city.
Yes.
They're going to construct John Wall Court.
Love that.
And, of course, that's so near and dear to John Wall is involving the kids in this city. As Turner makes both free throws. All right, 59-45, Wizards, 11:14 to go. Center circle now, Buck Carrington. Carrington bounce past Sarr, left and top again, working left to right. Bounce past the Koulibaly out front for 3. It was a line drive and just had no arc and fell below the rim.
Wizards got to put some pace into this game. It concerns me. I don't care. They're up 59-45. To me, if they play at this pace, which is a half-court grinded-out pace, it's going to hurt them. They want to go up and down. They got to get a little bit more active defensively.
Collins center circle dribbles to his left, and he's tripped by Koulibaly on the left wing. So Bilal gets his second personal, second team foul. 10:55 to go, third quarter.
The Wizards only have 4 fast break points. Milwaukee only has 2. Yep. But I still think this pace favors them.
Left sideline, Kuzma. Keyshawn George guarding the inbound. Bounce pass into Portis. On the left wing, guarded by Middleton. Hand off to Rollins. Rollins hash mark on the left wing. Looking to break down Middleton. Step back 3 off the rim. And rebound belongs to Alex Sarr. His 10th rebound. Koulibaly, Capital One Arena logo right side. Sarr at the point between the circles. Hands off now, Carrington. Carrington, right elbow. Down the lane. Throws out on the wing as he had nowhere to go. George gets it left wing. Middleton, edge of the circle. 9 o'clock. Sarr, foul line. Goes to Kuzma. Blocked from behind by Portis. Shovels ahead to Rollins, working right to left. Rollins skips right of the lane. Spins. Right corner, Portis. Sarr gets out to him, but Portis makes the 3.
What did I just say?
Yep. They're going to call it 2, but still, it was a good shot. 59-47. Sarr now, top of the arc. 8-2 Bucks advantage. Middleton, top of the key. Looking to break down Turner. Right at the top. He rises, shoots, no. Sarr, the long rebound. Shovels out front Carrington. 12-second shot clock. Oh, pardon me, Coulibaly cuts to his left. Throws right wing Carrington for three. No. Rebound Kuzma. 59-47 Wizards. And yes, the Kuzma booze continues. Kuzma, center circle, top of the arc. Top of the key. Denied by Sarr. Behind him, Rollins. Left elbow. Runner, right side of the lane, no. Sarr tips the rebound to Coulibaly. Coulibaly leads the break. Center circle. Green is back. Right wing Carrington for three. No. Rebound Miles Turner. Outlet up to Kuzma. Goes at Sarr. Kuzma driving. Right block. Bank. No. Sarr altered the shot. Kuzma missed the layup. Coulibaly center circle. Carrington now. Right wing outside the arc. Right corner George. Lob over to Middleton. Left corner. Wide open for three. It's there.
What a nice skip pass by Keyshawn.
62-47 Wizards.
Deep in the right corner, over the top into the left corner.
Top of the arc now, Ryan Rollins. Right wing to Turner. Back to Rollins, top of the arc. He takes a three, makes the three. 62-50. The Wizards' biggest lead in this one's been 18. They lead by 12 right now. George, top of the arc, top of the key, foul line, driving. Left to Rickard Bank and score on A.J. Green. Nicely done by Georgia's 15. Rollins gets into the Rickard Bank and scoring right back at you.
God.
Rollins just kept going, and scoring.
No resistance.
64-52, Wizards. Coulibaly, right of the circle, off a Sarr screen. Behind the back pass to Sarr at the point. Sarr, top of the arc. Stops the dribble. Left wing Carrington almost picked off by Portis. Top of the arc, Sarr. Now Portis guarding him. Takes a three. It's off the rim. Long rebound, Kuzma. Kuzma, center circle. Shadowed by Carrington. Left corner, Portis over George for three. In and out. Sarr the rebound. Now up toward Carrington. Left the circle. Wizards by 12. Now left the lane, Middleton. With his back to Rollins. Bounce pass out to Carrington. George, hash mark right wing. Lob to Sarr in the paint. Goes at Green. Sarr, bank and score. A big size advantage. 11 points, 13 rebounds for Alex Sarr.
They took their time, and they got the ball inside to Alex for a little mid-range.
Turner, top of the arc, 4-3. He's got it.
That's what he can do.
I don't care what ails you. 66-55. Wizards still lead. 7:37 to go. Sarr, hash mark right wing, hands off to Middleton. Middleton, couple dribbles, steps to his left, takes a three off the rim. Kuzma the rebound. Kyle Kuzma skips up court through the center circle, guarded by George, top of the arc. Spins, gets in the paint, almost walked out to Portis, left elbow. Portis shovels behind him, Kuzma, guarded by George. So Portis drives to the basket. Oh, and altered by Sarr, goes in and out. Up court, Carrington threads it past Coulibaly. Oh, snap! Two ends! 68-55. Wizards, Sarr defense at one end.
Yep.
Coulibaly slam at the other.
That's how he changes the game with his defense.
Portis thought he had a clear path to the basket. Sarr did enough to interrupt. Left wing, Portis for three, no. Rebound Alex Sarr. 68-55, Wizards. Up court now for Middleton, but it's behind him. Goes out of play. Bad pass. It'll be Bucks ball. All right, we have a timeout. A timeout here in Washington at Capital One Arena on this Thursday night. Good to have you on board at Dave J Sports, at Glenn Consor, should you choose to check in. We're back in just a moment on this night when we celebrate John Wall on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Carroll, he slashes, gets in the lane, flips for the shot, no. Rebound Pierce, give to John Wall, working left to right, using both hands, dribbling. Wall goes around, Teague, flips it up in the left hand, scores, lands on the deck, no foul, 10-8, the Hawks lead. He is showing no ill effects. Indeed, he did finish with it, as I described, with his left hand.
He finished with it, but he did a crossover. He fake crossed over with the left hand, kept it in the left, and then finished with the left. That's remarkable.
We celebrate John Wall tonight. That was from Game 5 against Atlanta. He was just coming back from a broken hand.
Yep.
Playing through. 68-55, Wizards on top of the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, a nice halftime ceremony to celebrate John Wall. Also coming soon to the nation's capital, the John Wall Court within the city. So look forward to that. HelloFresh. Nutrition that fits your ambition. You can eat like a pro with Factor. And we're brought to you by Capital One, offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? We certainly hope it's Capital One. Hey, the Wizards, like they did Tuesday, you get a win. It's $2.50 Big Mac tomorrow. It's only on the McDonald's app, and as always, you can try listening on an app, the Odyssey app, the NBA app, the Washington Wizards app, which is also the home of Wizards Radio 24/7. Sirius XM, we have our own channel there, channel 909.
Yes, we do.
So many ways to keep track of Glenn Consor. In fact, that's how Mara, your lovely wife, keeps track of you.
Yes, she does.
She just knows you're on an app somewhere.
Well, marriage is interrupted during the hoop season.
Yeah.
But,
there's an app for that.
You know what's really cool? Trey Young is wearing a John Wall jersey.
Yep.
And I think that's really cool.
And Trey Young, by the way, is, we mentioned one time, one of the plays he was celebrating a Champetti slam, but he's active on the bench, urging his teammates on, and very much is excited about, I think, getting on the court at some point after the All-Star break. A.J. Green in the backcourt into Trent, and we right away have a whistle. I don't think it's a foul. 6:39 left, second quarter. There was full court pressure. It must be. All right, the shot clock was switched to 24. It should be at 18. Or, pardon me, it was at 18. It's at 24 now. It should be at 24.
Bilal Coulibaly is ball hawking Ryan Rollins.
Rollins gets the ball. Coulibaly watching him as he comes up court, right of the circle, crosses the timeline. Hash mark right wing Rollins, top of the arc, 13 of the clock. A.J. Green, left wing, feeds left lane Turner. 9 of the clock. Turner at the logo, puts the ball on the floor, backs in on Sarr, couple pump fakes, weaves around Sarr, but then Sarr blocks it. His second block. Turner thought he had a basket. Coulibaly foul. Right hand. Cocks it back and throws it down. 70-55 Wizards. The second slam by Coulibaly off a Sarr block.
You push the pace, good things happen.
Rollins gets up in the air, finds Portis, left corner. Portis left wing outside the arc, hands off to Rollins. Rollins on the dribble. Bounce pass down to Portis, left block, backing in. Bounce pass out to Rollins, left wing outside the arc for three, buries it. That's 10 for Ryan Rollins. The Bucks bring it back to a 12-point game. 70-58 Wizards. Pass for George, broken up by Rollins, and then Rollins put it off George. That was a heads-up play by Rollins as he was falling out of play as he deflected that pass. 70-58 the score. 5:39 to go. Second quarter of play. Wizards have Carrington, Coulibaly, George, Sarr, and Champagnie out there. A.J. Green, Rollins, Trent, Portis, and Pete Nance. Not Larry Nance. Pete Nance is out there. Edge of the circle. Portis drives to his right, guarded by Sarr. Portis right of the lane, back out to Green. Capital One Arena logo right side, driving. Sarr picks him up, baseline right, bounce pass in the lane. Nance, jump hook, good. A 10-footer by Nance. 10-point game. 70-60 Wizards. 5:16 to go.
Is showing much more patience here in the second half offensively.
Pass for Sarr, deflected by Portis. Sarr gets it, hash mark right wing. Left to right, the Wizards work. Carrington cuts to his right. Back up on Sarr. He's got a look from three. It's there. Oh, it's there. 14 points, 14 rebounds for Alex Sarr. 73-60 Wizards. Center circle Rollins. Rollins dribbles to his left. Left sideline Trent. Back to hash mark left wing Rollins. Going at Sarr. Left block. Gets under the basket. Pass. Well, we got a whistle. He really was going nowhere. Lost the ball, but Champagnie the foul.
I don't know if our listeners really could feel the impact that Alex Sarr is having on this game. 14 rebounds, 14 points. We got a lot of basketball left in this game, and he has been just dominant lately. And he's got five are offensive rebounds.
73-60 our score. The foul on Justin Champagnie. The third team foul for the Wizards. Left sideline, Gary Trent to inbound the ball. In for Nance, off his hand, and George picks it up. And an awkward pass. Threads a pass, left wing Champagnie. Left of the circle, above Carrington. Carrington cuts to his left, takes a three. No. Champagnie tried to keep the rebound alive, and in his zeal to get that rebound, he draws a foul.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis will get called for the foul. That's Justin Champagnie. He knows how it's going to come off the rim, gets in position. Makes rebounding a science. 4:30 to go, third quarter. Carrington now on the right sideline to inbound the ball. Carrington looking for an option, guarded by Rollins, out to George, right of the center circle. Cuts to his left. George left the circle, guarded by Portis. Crossover, takes a deep three off the back of the iron. Long rebound. Watkins tips it to George. George drive, hangs, banks, no. And Portis gets a rebound. George well covered as he went to the rim. Left wing Trent. Trent takes a three. Air ball. Caught by Carrington ahead to Watkins. Right of the circle, Champagnie. Looking left to right, Champagnie whips it out to Carrington, left the circle. 4:02 left in the third. Carrington feeds no one, then it goes out of play. That's the 8th turnover. Carrington got up in the air.
Yeah. It was an unforced turnover. It seemed like just a miscommunication between two offensive players. I think Bub thought he was going back door, and he didn't.
All right, 73-60, 3:58 to go in the third quarter. Ryan Rollins, hash mark right wing, poked away by Carrington, and Brian Keefe ends up collecting it. Carrington says he put it off Rollins, but it'll be Bucks ball, and they're not going to review it. 73-60 into green, Capital One Arena logo. Back to Rollins. Rollins, top of the arc, to a cutting Portis, right block, to a cutting Nance. Oh, blocked by Champagnie as Nance went up for the jump hook. What a block by Champagnie. Now Carrington, top of the arc for three. It's there. Defense to offense. That's Wizards basketball. 76-60. The Wizards go up by 16.
Boy, Bub Carrington is a seize-the-moment type player. You know, big church bells on him, I can tell you that much.
76-60. Hey, come on back. Having some fun with NBA basketball. Celebrating John Wall 2 on this Thursday night on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Right wing Thomas, right elbow, stripped to the ball by Beal, getting loose ball Morris. Center circle Wall, floats it to a cutting Porter, bank and score! It's a 26-0 run! And the Wizards now lead 74-53. They lead by 21 points.
Hashtag, get him the heck out of here.
That was from the playoff series against Boston.
I remember that. That was my New York truck driver slang there.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get him the heck out of here.
That was from the playoff series of the Boston Celtics. And it was our Capital One easiest decision of the game. Saluting John Wall and that assist to Otto Porter. Brought to you by Capital One, offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? We hope it's Capital One. And HelloFresh, pro-level nutrition delivered to your door. Ready when you are. Factor. Eat like a pro. You know, spending some time with John Wall and also Jason Smith, and I actually forgotten about it as many times as we have seen it. And I hope you enjoyed some of our audio to video features. That John Wall 360 against the Knicks on Christmas Day at Madison Square Garden. As he completes that 360, you know what former Wizard is on the Knicks at that game?
Who?
Jason Smith.
Really?
So as Jason Smith was thanking John Wall, hey, thanks for making me part of 10 million views, as I'm your co-host in the highlight.
Well, it's kind of like being a poster.
Yes,
you know, it's the same thing. When you get 360 by him in the air at full speed, and that's the thing people don't realize. That guy, he was doing that at full speed.
Yes, and that was not the only time he did it.
No.
All right, as Yup says, love the confidence from Bub and his team. And he's going to ask about Giannis requesting a trade.
Yeah.
Yup, you know what we know. The reports we see, we'll see.
Not a thing.
Kuzma now to Rollins, right sideline, working right to left. Kuzma head to the circle. Left wing Trent to a cutting Turner, left block, bangs in the paint, and he banged into Will Riley. And Branham, I think, is going to get called with a foul. Yep. All right, so a foul by Malachi Branham. 76-60 Wizards. Left sideline, Kuzma inbound the ball, 3:21 left. Kuzma out to Turner, left to center circle. Started by Champagnie. Turner, hand off to Rollins, left the circle. Rollins driving, left block, in the lane, Turner, top of the circle, clips the Bijan, scores. Miles Turner makes it 76-62. He's got 14. Right wing, Malachi Branham, bounce pass Watkins, foul line. Left wing, Champagnie, ball fake, then he takes a three off the rim. No. Rebound kept alive by Branham, but Nance gets it for the Bucks. Center circle, Kuzma goes at Riley, going to the basket, bank, and score. Riley stayed with him, but Kuzma scored 76-64. Wizards. Carrington, right of the circle. Working on the left wing now, Will Riley. Riley will take a three after one dribble, in and out. Watkins battles for the rebound. I think it went off Kuzma.
Yeah.
Yes. That Watkins chasing that to the baseline forced Kuzma into an awkward position. He couldn't grab it. I mean, those are the kind of hustle plays. That's Jameer Watkins' game.
Yeah. And is it similar to Champagnie's?
Yes. Inbound left wing, Branham drives, gets in the paint, 13-footer, good. Wow, he got an open look in the paint. 78-64 Wizards, 2:30 to go, third quarter. Left the circle, Rollins. Hands off now to Trent. Center circle, Kuzma. Ball fake, drives around Watkins, go to the basket, bank, and score. Slender down the left side around Will Riley, 78-66 Wizards. Left wing, Branham. He'll take a three. No. Rebound, popcorn around, and Nance grabs it. 2:10 left. Rollins comes up court. Hash mark right wing, top of the arc. Left wing, Gary Trent, catch and shoot for three. No. Rebound, Carrington. That was a good look.
It looked good.
78-66 Wizards. Carrington on the dribble. Threads a pass. Champagnie to the basket. Oh, and missed the layup. Oh, the pass precise. The layup not so. Nance the other way. Windmill slam. Right hand. 11 for Nance off the bench. 10-point game. And Brian Keefe calls a timeout as the Bucks are on an 8-2 run.
But that was a terrific cut and pass by Champagnie. I think it surprised him that he was that wide open and he missed the chippy.
And at the other end, beat Nance a big slam. 10-point game, 78-68. The Wizards on top. We're going to step aside for just 30 seconds on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Dave Johnson back with Glenn Consoy and you. Thanks for being a part of our Thursday. We're celebrating John Wall tonight here in Washington. The Wizards lead the Bucks 78-68. Hey, listen, this is what we've been talking about, Glenn. The Wizards, they're getting better at closing games. Or certainly it was on display against Portland. They're up by 10, but that's by no means comfortable. And to the circle, Carrington cuts to his right. Bounce pass in the right corner. Deflected by Nance, a kick ball. So 14-second shot clock. Branham, Carrington, Champagnie, Riley in there with Watkins. Again, a small lineup.
Successful reversing the basketball. When they keep it on one side, they've struggled tonight.
Carrington, right wing, driving, gets under the basket, shovels in lane, Champagnie denied. Bounce pass, Branham on the wing. 6 on the clock. Branham, head down, foul line, underhand. Oh, goaltending by Ryan Rollins. I love Branham's determination to get to the rack. Wizards go back up by 20, 80-68.
That's what he does very well. Kind of like Will Riley, just gets downhill Malachi Branham real quick.
80-68 Wizards, a minute 20 left. Center circle now, Rollins, got it by Carrington. Kuzma, picked up by Champagnie. Kuzma wheels to his right. Feeds under the basket. Nance over the shoulder, right hand on the left side. 80-70, back to a 10-point game. Right of the circle, Carrington. Carrington on the dribble, right wing outside the arc. Close Champagnie, center circle, left wing Riley. Back to Champagnie at the point. At the foul line, Carrington turns, shoots over, Turner scores! Carrington knifes it through, 82-70 the score. Carrington now off the bench with 11 points. He's in the double digits. Kuzma head to the circle. Ball fake, cuts to his right, whips it left wing, Pete Nance. Hands off, one at left wing, Ryan Rollins. Down low left block, Turner. Spins around Champagnie and banks and scores, eluding a block as Champagnie tried to swat it from behind. 82-72. Back to a 10-point Wizard lead. 34 seconds left, third quarter. Champagnie, foul line. Bounce pass, Riley under the basket. Out front, Watkins for three off the rim, or off the back of the iron, and Rollins gets a rebound. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. There is about a second difference between the shot clock and game clock, maybe. Center circle, Rollins, guarded by Champagnie. Rollins on the dribble with the left hand, pushing at Champagnie. Now drives, 5 seconds, step back, three, off the rim, no. Rebound battle, and it went off Malachi Branham. He prevented Kuzma from getting it. But with 1.1 second left, it will be Bucks ball. And Chase Hughes, of course, part of our home coverage, is he will be talking about Malachi Branham.
Yeah, and
in just moments.
I'm still in awe of the fans. Every time Kuz touches the ball, they yell Hughes, as in Chase Hughes. I don't understand.
Man, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I thought it was Boomers.
Because he's very popular here, Chase.
Baseline left.
Great job for us.
Rollins into Kuzma. Off 1 foot fades on the baseline and misses as time expires. All right. We have a 10-point game going to the fourth quarter. You want to stick around on the Washington Wizards. Oh, at least we hope we do on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Johnson back with the Glenn Contour and you, 82-72 Wizards on top of the Bucks. And with all the fans yelling, Hughes, Hughes, Hughes.
I'm hearing it that way.
Yeah, they're hearing. They want Chase Hughes, so we're going to give you Chase Hughes. What's on your mind, Chase?
Yeah, they want another hit. This one's on Malachi Branham. So he's been a nice surprise this season for the Wizards. Doesn't play much, but when he does, he always finds a way to make an impact. And when he came over in an offseason trade from the Spurs, I don't think many expected him to make the team. In fact, head coach Brian Keefe told me even he didn't think he would make the team. But Malachi caught BK's eye during the preseason with his effort and energy level. And now you can tell that Keefe goes to him whenever the team needs that kind of energy spark off the bench.
That's a great point because I always call this, Chase, team opportunity. If you show Brian Keefe the right things, it doesn't matter any preconceived notions, you're going to get a chance.
Yeah. You know what else he does? Chase Hughes, I want to get your thoughts on this too. He's like a broken play player. You know, he somehow gets 100%. The ball, broken plays, he's going to pick it up and score. That's who he is.
And it's kind of like Bagley in that he was a first-round pick, this acclaimed prospect, and now he's just doing the dirty work for the Wizards and seems to be embracing that role.
Yep, exactly.
I was just looking at Trae Young wearing a John Wall jersey, dribbling the basketball. He wants to get on the court. Hey, Brian Needneighbors checking in on the app so you can multitask while grocery shopping. Says his son is right here at Capital One Arena with a friend, and he appreciates it that we're having this night for John Wall, and it's just been a terrific night for the fans to show their love to John Wall because, as he said, this is still his city and this is still his house. All right, fourth quarter basketball at Dave J Sports at Glenn Consoff. If you want to check in, Wizards ball. Malachi Branham comes up court. Alex Sarr is back in. Sarr right of the circle. On the dribble out front, hands off to Keyshawn George. George, guarded by Gary Trent, threads a pass under the basket. Watkins bank. No, Watkins gets his own rebound, put back off the back of the iron, and yes, that's Watkins' determination. He would not be denied. 84-72. Now, Nance, heads of the circle. Hands off Kuzma. Back to Anthony at the point. Left of the top, E. Trent. Left corner, Miles Turner for three. Rims out. And Watkins gets the rebound. Wizards by 12. Branham left wing. Back to George out front. George left double driving. Denied by Nance. Bounce pass foul line. Riley spinning. Shovels out to Sarr. 12 on the clock. Sarr crossover drives. Lost the dribble. Nance steals it from behind.
Can't dribble into a crowd.
Cole Anthony left wing to Kuzma. Bucks work right to left. Kuzma crossover drives on Riley. Left to Victor Banks and scores.
Kuzma's picking it up.
84-74, so that's 10 now for Kuzma. And he's enjoyed going at Will Riley. Right of the circle, Branham. Left wing, George. Left double Sarr. Right wing, outside the arc. Riley steps to his left, shoots a three, and one! Hey, Will Riley, a veteran move from the rookie. Draws a foul on Cole Anthony. They'll review it.
Yeah, they should review it because I thought Cole Anthony went right into the space. It was similar to how Trae Johnson got hurt earlier. Same thing. And they're going to review it, and they should.
Could be a flagrant one.
Could be.
Because Cole Anthony didn't allow him a landing space. He stepped to the left. Anthony was trying to make up for his lost ground, and it might be a flagrant one on him. 87-74. Wizards on top.
The defensive foul is under review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
All right. It is under review to see if it does meet that criteria, as we mentioned. Hey, share if you like at Dave J Sports at Glenn Cosor some of your favorite John Wall memories, although it's hard to beat that Game 6 shot. But as I shared, again, the Maya game from 2014, always special. The overtime win dedicating it to a young 6-year-old who lost a battle with cancer on a night when we celebrate John Wall. And he's frank about it. Yeah, no, he wanted to deliver a title. That's always a goal. You don't reach this level of the NBA unless you want to win it all. And I point this out time and time again. And people will say in John Wall's situation is he went to Houston and all of a sudden they're not playing him. And he's still getting paid. And people could say from the outside, well, what's weird? You're still getting paid. No. You know this as a player. What got you to this point?
The defender makes illegal contact leg to leg. And there was nothing unnecessary or reckless about this contact. Therefore, it would be a common foul.
All right, common foul. All right. What I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted.
By the officials.
By the officials, you do not make it to the NBA unless you never want to stop playing and never want to stop chasing a dream and competing. And again, John Wall, I think it's hard for every player to wrestle with. I mean, what about you? I mean, you obviously transitioned into a professional life away from the court young. Still difficult to walk away, though?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't have a lot of regrets. That was one of them, because when I was playing overseas at the time, there was no internet, there was no Skyping, and there was nothing, and I felt so isolated when I was playing in Israel that I said, you know what, I'm just going to give it up and come home. And I regret doing that, and I still think if the internet was around then,
you would have stayed.
I'd still be there. Yeah. And then you would have a different partner. Probably be a lot happier.
No. And Riley missed the free throw. Now Watkins over Kuzma in the center circle. Bounce pass to Anthony. Right of the circle. Branham on him. Hands off to Kuzma. Kuzma, hash mark right wing. Sarr gets out to him. They pick up the defensive intensity. Right wing Nance in the paint. Turner spins. Blocked by Watkins.
Nice.
Watkins the block on Turner to the basket. His pass up court to Branham, though, goes to his hands. And the 10th turnover for the Wizards. But what a block. Yeah. Watkins blocking the taller Turner.
And it was a SWAT block, too, like he was swatting at a fly. I mean, he just swung his arms and met him right at the peak.
10:20 left, fourth quarter. Wizards up 87-74. Anthony working right to left. Anthony through the center circle, off a screen by Turner. Anthony right at the top of the key, throws left wing Kuzma. Downhill left elbow off, balance and one. Oh. Leaning to his right and shooting to his left. And he was fouled by Watkins.
Kuz is starting to look like the old Kuz again. Playing with some rhythm here in the second half. Kuz went right at Watkins. And fading back, he was able to make it, and he's at the line for an and one now. And at the blink of an eye, Kuz is going to have a chance to have 13 points, and he does.
And he makes it a 10-point game. 9 of Kuzma's 13 of this half. Says Director of Intelligence, Jonathan Morris. Right of the circle, Alex Sarr. Hands off Keyshawn George. George off a Sarr screen. Left elbow, probes in the lane. Flips up the shot. No. In and out. Rebound battle. Sarr comes up with it. Sarr blocked by Turner. The putback. Now Sarr again. Backs on Turner. Jump hook over Turner. No. Rebound kept alive. Still loose, but Turner gets it. All right. 10-point game. Kuzma left elbow driving. And ricochets off Sarr and lost the ball. There's no foul. They say it went off Alex Sarr.
Who's wanted a foul? He tried to draw contact with it.
10-point game. Good to have Lower Alabama back with us tonight. As all across the nation, we have folks listening. We appreciate it. So Alex Sarr with a new career-high rebound, 16. Left wing Anthony. Now front Turner. Top of the arc Kuzma. Whips it to cutting Turner, and he wills it to the basket over Will Turner.
What did I tell you about grinding it out, playing a half-court game?
Over Will Riley, actually, 87-79. Bucks creeping back.
Chipping away because it's a half-court. There's not a lot of pace for the Wizards.
George for 3 on the back there. No. Watkins tips the rebound. Popcorns off Watkins and out of play. All right, it's too close for comfort. The Bucks have possession. They're within 8 points. A lot of time left, and it's been a storm warning that Glenn's warned about for some time. The pace is the Bucks liking. Kuzma, guarded by Watkins across midcourt. Right corner, Portis. Back on front, Turner, top of the arc. Hands off Anthony, edge of the center circle, working right to left. Looking to break down Sarr, driving to the basket. Back and score. Put an eye off the glass to elude the Sarr block. 7-0 Bucks run, 6-point game. 87-81. Sarr, top of the arc. One dribble, hands off Branham. Branham off a Sarr screen for three, rims out. Turn of the rebound, and the Bucks can creep closer.
Playing a half-court game, you're settling for threes.
Anthony right of the lane, guarded by George. Out comes Kuzma, foul line, going to the basket, and Sarr partially blocked it. Watkins now, head to Branham. George, right elbow, driving, Euro step, blocked by Turner. Getting the block ball, Branham. For the Wizards, shovels the Sarr in the paint. Sarr denied. Back out front to Watkins. Portis is on Sarr. Left wing George, 6 on the clock. Crossover, stop, start. Left elbow, couple pump fakes, fades, and scores!
Nice.
Keyshawn George used every trick in the book, and he's got 2 points to have 17 for the night, and the Wizards back up 89-81.
Patience. Pump fakes.
Watkins steals it from Kuzma in the backcourt. Watkins going to the basket. Blocked by Turner. Getting the block ball was Branham, and then he was fouled by Cole Anthony. Malachi Branham will go to the line to shoot 2, but Watkins, that's what he does. He stole it from Kuzma in the backcourt. We got free throws coming, but right now we have an ID coming. Identification. We pause 10 seconds for that on the Washington Wizards Radio Network.
You're listening to Washington Wizards basketball on WFED Washington and W232DG Sterling. Federal News Network, your home for Wizards basketball.
So Branham at the line to shoot 2. That was the second team foul for the Bucks. Branham makes the first. 90-81. So Alex Sarr is going to take a breather. Again, it's not Anthony Gill replacing Sarr. They're going with a small lineup. So the Wizards have Branham, George, Will Riley, Champagny, and Watkins in.
Tallest guys on the floor is, Keyshawn George and Will Riley, and they're both really swing players or guards.
Back to a 10-point lead with Branham making both free throws. Rollins, Portis, A.J. Green, Turner, and Gary Trent. Rollins, left wing outside the arc, bounce past Portis, almost broken up by Branham. Portis, swinging the ball, facing Branham, backs in left block, defensive 3 second.
Yeah. See, when Alex Sarr is not in the game, Milwaukee realizes and recognizes that the middle is going to be open, and they will attack.
So A.J. Green goes along to shoot the technical. Misses. Wow. But you're not going to get a loud response because he's only taken 1. You have to miss 2 to bricking for chicken. This for Chick-fil-A in the fourth quarter. A.J. Green, left sideline, inbound the ball. 7:36 left in the game. Green into Portis, left the lane is back to Justin Champagny. Maxson left block, turns, jump hook, top of the arc, scores.
Boy, he uses his body so well.
And he's got 19 now. Bobby Portis, 91-83.
Gets where he wants to go.
You know Giannis for the Bucks. George, right elbow on the dribble. Left wing low pass. Branham scoots right, drive, top of the arc, foot for the shot. No. Turn of the rebound. 91-83 Bucks. Trail. Now Green's pass deflected by George, saved by Riley, then Watkins collects in the foul line. Ahead to George. Behind the back pass, Watkins going to the basket. Denied by Turner, followed by Champagny. He's good. Off the glass for 2. A wild break. 93-83 Wizards. Now center circle Rollins. For the Bucks working right to left. That was pure hustle. Green tapping one ring logo, guarded by Branham. Spins, hash mark right wing, and Rollins. Rollins, right elbow, going to the basket, deflected by Watkins, goes out of play. I mean, Bucks ball.
You know, Champagny always finds a way to get himself in the right place at the right time, in the right spot, whether he's on offense or defense. It doesn't matter. Always in the right place.
Every possession in the fourth quarter in a game like this, where only 10 points separates the team, so important. That was an excellent example of the Wizards. Those 2 points important. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. 23-18 Wizards. Wall now drives over the snow. With the left hand, Wall, the throwdown. 25-18. A grimace and a glare. As we go to the timeout, the crowd erupts as John Wall attacks with the left hand and jams it on Timofey Luwawu-Cabarrot.
Boy, that was really sick because he had the ball like he was going to go up with his right hand. He turned his body and windmill dunked with the left hand, Dave. That was sick. Oh, man, was that pretty.
The opener of the 2017-2018 season, another great John Wall memory as we celebrate John Wall on John Wall night here at Capital One Arena. Again, the Wizards win. It's $2.50 Big Mac tomorrow, and is only on the McDonald's app. And, hey, it's time for Who's Hot, brought to you by Steam Fitters UA Local 602, providing the best mechanical services and process piping systems. Well, in part, we have to give it to Alex Sarr, 5 of 12 shooting. He's got 14 points at a career high, 16 rebounds. And Keyshawn George, 7 of 18 for 17 points. But the Wizards are winning this game even though they're shooting 39%, 37% from the field, 24% beyond the arc, but they're 19 of 22 from the free throw line.
That's the difference.
Well, Bucks are only 5 of 7 as Babadook, the official brokerage at Jersey Patch, sponsor of the Wizards, brings you all the numbers. And talking about numbers, Jamir Watkins, a new season, of course, that means career high in rebounds in 9. I mentioned Alex Sarr, career high in rebounds of 16. And on rebounds in general, Wizards out rebounding the Bucks 55 to 40. So it's a game where the Wizards have a 10-point lead with 6:32 to go. Now,
anybody's game still.
Anybody's game. So proper game management to you if you're the coach going console.
I just think you can't settle for quick shots. Try to put pace into the game, but don't rely on a quick three, because the quick three is going to lead to an easy basket back from Milwaukee.
Hey, Jason's listening from Jason Koenig from Chesapeake Beach, Virginia. He enjoyed your mention of Skype, which that would have extended your European basketball.
You know, Dave, we're listening to these old clips of me and you 100 years ago, it seems like, and I think I've lost my New York accent.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've looked complete. I think I speak now like James Earl Jones.
Well, actually, I was going to mention this.
I've lost it. I'm no longer, I don't have that New York.
No, and since we've had,
I'm very upset about that.
And since we've had Bilal and Alex, you have a certain French elegance about you that certainly stuns all of us.
I have a British accent now.
French.
Yeah. Well, British is, French.
After review,
British,
the ball was last touched by Rollins. Therefore,
they were reviewing, by the way, the out of bounds,
and the ball will be
Wizards ball instead of Bucks ball. Now, if you say British is the same as French, you're going to start a little skirmish here.
No, I don't think I have a French accent. I don't think I have a British one either.
93-83. Wizards.
Tim Parker's been giving me speech lessons.
Yeah,
on the side. Yeah, right. He's costing me a lot of money.
He calls them flushing onyx. Center circle down,
It's like My Fair Lady.
Ashmark left wing. Branham into Watkins. George, top of the key. Jab step. Fades off the rim. Down for rebound. Rollins gets it, but Watkins from behind almost got it. Well, why not? He's got a career high 9 rebounds tonight. 10-point lead, but Watkins is pestering Rollins. Watkins all over him. Spins. Right of the Stuttgart bank. Foul. He scored.
What a tough shot.
That was a tough shot because he exerted everything, and Watkins did too. Coulibaly, Ashmark on the left wing, 5:55 to go. George, top of the arc, looking for an option. Portis on him. Now Coulibaly. We're going to go at Rollins. Coulibaly, right elbow, gets it knocked loose. Loose ball. Portis comes up with it. Portis center circle. Behind him gives to Rollins. Back to Portis, top of the arc. Hands up to A.J. Green. Green finds Kuzma, right wing outside the arc for 3. No. And the rebound, Justin Champagnie. Stays a 10-point Wizard lead. 5:29 to go. Coulibaly on the left sideline. Hands off to George, right in front of the Bucks bench. Drives baseline, jab step, fade, and score!
Pretty.
Fade and score! Key shot is 19. And the Wizards go up 95-85. The Bucks call a timeout. All right. Keyshawn George giving the Wizards that all-important breathing room. But still, we got a tight ball game here. Driving, pull over, driveway, stay there. We're back in a moment. We're not going anywhere on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Wizards have 1:20 left if they need to use it. Porter struggling to get it in. Better hurry, gets in the wall. Clock moves, 6 seconds. Wall well beyond the arc for three. It's there! Oh, it's there! Oh, it's there! What is he supposed to do? Wizards lead 92-91, and that kind of saves the season. Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw. Hey, Johnson, back with you and Glenn Contra on a night when we celebrate John Wall, and we'll never forget that. That's a lifetime memory. Game 6, winner for John Wall over the Boston Celtics. It forced a Game 7. Unfortunately, the Wizards did not beat the Celtics in Game 7, but forever remember that three-pointer made by John Wall on a week in which the Capitals, I believe, were eliminated from the playoffs. So just made us smile once again. Hey, this will make you smile. Chinigo Mayos is teamed up with Monty Miller Sports for the new Veteran Assist Program. Every assist the Wizards make, Chinigo Mayos will donate $25 to the Vigilant Torch Foundation that helps support our nation's veterans. Tonight, so far, the Wizards 19 assists. That means already $475 going to the Vigilant Torch Foundation. We thank Chinigo Mayos for their support. Wizards with a 10-point lead with 5:15 left. It's not often you say that, Glenn Contra, when you're shooting 38% from the field.
It's, they're doing it on the boards. They're obviously drawing fouls, and that's been the difference tonight. Wizards have a 56-41 advantage on the boards. And from the free throw line, they're 19 of 22 compared to 5 of 7 from Milwaukee, and that is a big, big difference there.
All right, Bucks ball, bench points, 39-21 advantage for the Wizards. Jonathan Morris tells us is, again, Justin Champagny with 12, Bob Carrington with 11. Part of the difference makers off the bench. Rollins, Capital One Arena logo right side, working right to left. Foul line, gets up in the air, Coulibaly, and scores at the top of the restricted arc. Coulibaly took the bait on the fake, 95-87. A big bucket there. Pain points for Ryan Rollins. Head to the circle now. Carrington left the circle. Sarr. Left wing George. George gets it knocked loose by Rollins on the floor. George falls on top of him. Rollins gets it on the floor. He is able to will it to Turner. Turner crosses midcourt. Guarded by Sarr. Rollins is up and gets the ball from Turner. Rollins a little gimpy, though. I think as he and George kind of got tangled up.
He picked Keyshawn clean.
A.J. Green, top of the arc. Left wing Portis. Left corner Kuzma. Off one foot. His runner baseline left. No, but a foul by Bilal Coulibaly.
Ryan Rollins is amongst the NBA leaders in steals. And he picked Keyshawn pretty clean there. You got to be careful now. Look, this game is up for the taking for Milwaukee. Plenty of time left for them. You got to take care of the ball. Don't over dribble it. Get rid of it. Make an early entry pass. That to me is going to be key with 4:24. Don't pound the ball. Make an early entry pass and start your offensive sets.
95-88 as Kuzma makes the free throw. Second one good. Good to have Jackson Herrera on board from Virginia Tech tonight. He's watching on Prime and not in sync with the radio. You do that with the Wizards app. Center circle now. Carrington. Hash mark left wing. Middleton guarded by Kuzma. Sarr sets the screen. Middleton off the screen. Fred's pass out of the basket. George reverse layup. Right hand. Left side. Over the shoulder. He's got 21. 97-89 Wizards. Kuzma now right of lane. Goes to Middleton. Bangs. Couple pump fakes. Falls down as Middleton did take a fake. Center circle Sarr. Right elbow to Middleton. Under the basket for Coulibaly. Behind him. And it goes out of play. 13th turnover. Timeout for the Bucks.
There's no spacing on that transition. There was three guys that were playing so tight together they didn't create any advantage.
97-89 is our score. No one's going anywhere, I hope. Back in a moment, just 30 seconds on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Johnson back with the Glenn Consort and UA, our Ticketmaster upcoming home game. Less than 24 hours from now. The LA Lakers in town. They're only visit Ticketmaster.com/Wizards. There are still some tickets out there, so check it out. Ticketmaster.com/Wizards. And remember, we want to get the whole Michelob Ultra Caucus together. Our post-game party at Fuddruckers on 7th Street. It's just a quick 5-minute walk, if that, from Capital One Arena. And we're going to have our Michelob Ultra Live post-game show. Glenn Consor will be there. Yours truly, Chris Wright. Also, Brian Alvin's going to join us. Maybe Chase Hughes. Yeah. Tim Parker, our wonderful engineer.
Jonathan Morris is our serving hamburgers.
Director of Intelligence. I think Tim Parker is going to be the one cooking the wings for the wing specials. Hash mark on the right wing, Rollins. Throws up Portis, baseline right. Koulibaly gets out them feet. Kuzma right of the stick, goes into Star, bank and score. 17 for Kuzma.
Kuz really recovered from all the booze.
Well, second half recovery. 97-91. To a 6-point game, Middleton. On the dribble out front, guarded by Portis. Corner Buck, Middleton driving, spins, into the dark. Jump hook, left hand, leading to his left and shooting to his right.
What a tough shot.
99-91.
Boy, sometimes when you turn in the middle like that, there's going to be a defender there.
Rollins, a three.
Big,
top of the arc.
Shot.
That was a huge shot. Takes an 8-point game down to 5. 99-94. 3 minutes left. Carrington, center circle, guarded by Green. Every possession so important. Middleton, hash mark on the left wing. Cuts to his right. 9 on the clock. Guarded by Turner. Rocking the cradle back and forth. Middleton, left elbow. Now George, left wing. 1 second shot clock. Turns and shoots. No. Portis the rebound.
Too much dribbling. Remember what I was telling you? Can't pound it.
Left the circle. Rollins. 5-point Wizard lead. Rollins, foul line. Gets in the paint. Denied. Left wing Kuzma. Kuzma goes at Star. Baseline. Spins. Puts up a right-handed hook and scores left of the restricted arc. 99-96. It's a 3-point game. 2:20 to go. George, hash mark right wing. Right block. Driving. Hang. Back and score. Deshaun George. 23 points on the night. Boy, the last 2 games have been so close. Again, the Wizards winning by 1 in Milwaukee, now crossing midcourt.
Oh, boy.
A timeout by Doc Rivers as Kyle Kuzma dribbled into a double team.
Doc Rivers might have saved this game for the Bucks. He saw that double team coming, and that was a turnover waiting to happen, and he called it.
Again, 1-point Wizard win December 31st, and a 3-point win. Previously, C.J. McCollum was the hero in both cases. Need another hero tonight. 101-96 as Kuzma crossed midcourt into a double team, which is really a quadruple team because you had the sideline and the midcourt line also closing Kuzma in. All right, we're going to come back in 30 seconds. 5-point Wizard lead on the Washington Wizards Radio Network. Dave Johnson back with the Glenn Consort. 2:02 left. That's it in the fourth quarter. Wizards on top, 101-96. Again, Robin Hood brings you all the numbers, the brokerage and jersey patch sponsor of the Wizards. Kyle Kuzma now has 19, 15 of those in the second half to join Bobby Portis among the leading scorers. Wizards tonight tying a season high in rebounds, 56. They're out rebounding the Bucks, 56-42. Keyshawn George leading the Wizards with 23. Bucks to inbound the ball just across midcourt on the left sideline. Koulibaly guarding the inbound. Working right to left. Into Turner, almost broken up by Sarr. Turner left the circle, hands off to Kuzma. 12 on the clock. Koulibaly guarding Kuzma. Kuzma right elbow driving into the restrict arc. Stolen away by Koulibaly. And it will be off Kyle Kuzma. A loose ball foul on Kuzma as he barreled into Koulibaly. His Koulibaly was just ripping it away.
Boy, Koulibaly just did an amazing job staying in front and glued to Kuz as he attacked and didn't foul with his arms. That was amazing defensive play.
Instead of Kuzma barreled into him out of bounds, gets called for the foul. 1:50 to go. 101-96. Could turn out to be the play of the game. And to the circle, George. Off a Coulibaly screen. Left wing, Middleton. Middleton, catch and shoot for three. No. Kuzma the rebound. 1:37 left. Kuzma guiding it up court. Out front, Turner, deep three, buries it. Wow.
Clutch shot by
21 for Turner. It's a 2-point game. 101-99. 8-2 Bucks run at the wrong time. Sarr in the paint. And shot is good. Just outside the restricted arc. 16 points, 16 rebounds. 103-99. Right of the circle, Kuzma goes at Sarr. Driving. Bank. In and out. Sarr did enough without fouling. A minute 8 left. The Wizards by 4. 103-99. George left the circle, guarded by Trent. Cuts to his right, now picked up by Kuzma. George on the dribble, 10 on the clock. Don't dribble too much. Crossover, foul line, drives, flips up the shot. No, gets his own rebound, knocked loose. Coulibaly gets it. Back out front edge of the circle, Carrington. 10 on the clock. Carrington, rocking the cradle out front. Left elbow, drives into the paint. Blocked by Turner. And we've got a whistle and a foul.
Yeah.
So Miles Turner will get called for the foul. So that means Carrington goes the line to shoot 2 with 40 seconds left. Doc Rivers is not happy.
No.
Turner, I actually kind of thought it was a clean block. And they're going to challenge him.
Yes, they are. But I got to tell you, when he went up, he was surrounded by a whole bunch of Bucks, and I don't know, maybe they're seeing something we don't, but there was a lot of contact with the body on there, not really when he released it with his hand
and that
on
might,
the body.
That might be the issue. The block might have been clean, but it may have been the contact after. All right, so, boy, oh boy. 40.5 seconds left, 103-99.
Milwaukee is
Wizards on top of the Bucks.
Hold on, Miles Turner.
The Bucks challenging this call, and this is a big one here, is the Wizards up by 4, getting a big stop at the other end by Bilal Coulibaly. Such a huge play, and this is what Bilal's all about. You want him to make those defensive plays. He got 6 points and 8 rebounds tonight. He's got 2 steals. The Bucks trying to end a 3-game losing streak. And again, they're playing without Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Wizards, it is a big loss. Not that Marvin Bagley, not that Tristan Vukcevic. Again, whenever Alex Sarr was out of the lineup tonight, went with a smaller lineup. We look at several angles of this replay. As again, the Bucks saying that they don't believe it was Miles Turner's 4th personal foul. And let's see if we're about to find out.
Turner makes illegal leg-to-leg contact.
All right, that's what it was. You called it, Glenn. Illegal leg-to-leg contact.
Right thigh.
All right.
Not allowing him to elite.
99.
Therefore, it will be an unsuccessful challenge, and we'll shoot 2 free throws.
All right.
Milwaukee has
2. These
no
are big free throws now.
I think I'll close my eyes. 103-99. 40.5 seconds left. Wizards have 2 timeouts left. Also, we should point out when the Bucks do not have any timeouts left. So that's not going to help their case. Doc Rivers is still discussing it with Jason Goebel. They may have reviewed it, but I don't think Doc agrees with it. So Carrington to shoot 2, part of the bench surge tonight for the Wizards. Carrington makes the free throw. 40 points from the bench tonight for the Wizards, including 12 from Carrington, 12 from Champagnie. Champagnie's second one is good. All right. 105-99. The Bucks don't have any timeouts. Rollins working right to left. Wizards trying to get their second win in a row. Kuzma out front, top of the arc. Green. He will take a three off the back of the iron. Long rebound. Collected by Coulibaly. 29 seconds left. Wizards by 6. Middleton pressured in the backcourt. Middleton is fouled in the backcourt as he tried to get it across the timeline. The Bucks just formed a wall. It was basically 4-on-1. So A.J. Green commits a foul, and Chris Middleton can go to the line to help seal the deal tonight.
You know, you live and die on threes, and you really live and die on quick threes. And I thought Milwaukee, even though, you know, I thought they took a quick three. And it wasn't a clean three either by A.J. Green. But they wanted to shoot that and just didn't fall.
106.99 as Middleton makes the free throw. 23.7 seconds left. Don't forget, we got the Michelob Ultra postgame show. Chris Wright, Glenn Consor, Brian Albin. More from Chase Hughes to come also. And more special John Wall moments to come in our Michelob Ultra postgame show. 107.99, both free throws made. 20 seconds left. Rollins guarded by George. Rollins step back three, blocked by George. Getting the block ball, Coulibaly, then fouled by A.J. Green. And the Wizards, they're going to win this one. They're going to win this one. A.J. Green gets his third. It'll be the fourth straight loss for the Bucks. 14.3 seconds left. Bilal Coulibaly goes to the free throw line. And when all is said and done, you think about him ripping it away from Kyle Kuzma.
Yep.
With about, I think, a minute 50 or so left.
Might have saved the game.
107.
23 of 26, the Wizards are from the free throw line.
Coulibaly makes the free throw. It's 108.99.
And the Bucks are 7 of 9.
8-0 Wizards run, 109.99. Kuzma, hash mark right wing for three. It's off the rim. Rebound comes off Middleton. Middleton gets it, and he's going to tiptoe to victory across midcourt. Hey, the Wizards make it 2 in a row. Why not? Let's have some fun at home. On John Wall night, you have to win, right? The Wizards did. 109.99. Wizards. Well, maybe they did it for John Wall. They win by 10 over the Milwaukee Bucks. So now we'll get you set for the Michelob Ultra postgame show. We're about to be joined by a postgame guest. But your thoughts, Glenn? This was not a textbook win for the Wizards, but they got to the free throw line. And again, this is a situation where their defense made a difference down the stretch, and that's how you win games.
Another monster game by Alex Sarr. 16 points, 17 rebounds.
Wow. And I think we're about to be joined by Keyshawn George, who has 23 points tonight on 10 of 24 shooting. And look forward to talking to Keyshawn as the Wizards win the season series against the Milwaukee Bucks, 3-1. The only loss to the Bucks this season was on the season opener. And Keyshawn, I want you to just talk about this. This feels so good. How you guys manage games. You did it on Tuesday. You did it tonight. Your defense made a difference down the stretch.
Yes, sir. It was kind of a draggy game, low energy, but I think we locked in defensively. That's ultimately what's going to lead us to win games consistently. So, yeah, keeping the team under 100 points in an NBA game, I think we could be proud of that.
Key, I just think your reads have been terrific the last 10 games. Getting yourself, you always hear about paint touches, right? You're getting in the paint and you're finding your teammates, but you're also looking to score. Are you feeling like you're looking for your shot a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I think I worked my ass off this summer to be able to come here, dominate, score points, but also have a responsibility to get my whole team a good shot, get my teammates a good shot, get them going. So I'm still learning. I got a lot of steps to take, but I think, getting in the paint, making the right decisions is what I want to do.
Your hard work is paying off, Mr. Rising Star, Keyshawn George. We're so proud of that. Real quick, I just want to get your thoughts. John Wall, Wizards legend in the house for this game tonight.
Yes,
your thoughts on that?
I mean, he's a legend for a reason. He's athletic. He's one of the most shiftier guards ever to ever do it. Athletic, left-hand dunks, everything. What he brought to DC in the community, really just like a leader. And it's just cool to be. I was actually talking to him yesterday after practice, so actually cool for him to be here today.
And you know what? Now you're making a name for yourself in DC. We're so glad and so proud of you. Thank you, Keyshawn.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Keyshawn George joining us, 109.99. Wizards win over the Milwaukee Bucks. Hey, we got more. We got Chase Hughes next, and we'll get you set for the Michelob Ultra postgame show. Oh, we got lots going on here. And don't forget, tomorrow our Michelob Ultra postgame show will be live at Fuddruckers, just steps away from Capital One Arena. I'll walk you over there if you want. Back in a moment on the Washington Wizards Radio Network.
On January 9th, the Washington Wizards made headlines with a mega deal acquiring four-time All-Star point guard with the Atlanta Hawks Trae Young in exchange for Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum. Trae Young playing in only 10 games so far in the 2025-2026 season as he's been dealing with knee and quad injuries, but his resume speaks for itself. Averaging over 25 points per game for his career and third all-time in career assist average at 9.8 times per game. But what might have been his best performance against the Wizards, you might ask? Well, for that, you have to go back to February 26th of 2020.
Second free throw was good. 75-72 Hawks. 3.8 to go. Baseball pass up court by Bertans. It's broken up, intended for Beal. Young gets it. Young just beyond midcourt. Launch for this. Just beyond midcourt in the center circle, makes it 78-72. Oh, he knew what he was doing. That's probably going to count. And Trae Young showing why he is an all-star starter. Out front, Reddish. Reddish back. Left wing, Young, long distance three. Got it. And looks skyward. Trae Young. Almost need a ticket for that shot. 103-78.
That's right. On the tragic day of Kobe Bryant's passing, Trae Young delivered a performance to remember. He had 45 points and 14 assists, one of his best games as an Atlanta Hawk coming against the Washington Wizards. Wizards fans can't wait till they get to see Trae Young put up those types of numbers in a Wizards number 3 uniform, but we're still waiting for when that might happen. Of course, we already mentioned the injuries that have limited him to just 10 games so far this year. He is going to be recovering from those injuries with the Wizards for now.
If you want to know about basketball and you want to know about Wizards 24/7, round the clock every day, it's your first stop.
A new franchise record.
This is where you want to come. When you wake up in the morning before you go to bed at night, you want to know about what's happening to the Wizards team.
Boy, oh boy, was that clutch.
The roster, the game, the schedule, the players, the ins, the outs.
Oh, John Wall, good mono defense.
Everything that's critical to their season, come here. Wizards Radio 24/7.
Period.
We're still in the New Year's spirit here on the Wizards Power Hour, Wizards Radio 24/7. And it's funny how sometimes, life can throw wrenches into your plans, right? After Wednesday night's show, when I made a list of my 5 favorite Wizards wins of the season, I figured I'd be able to replay that segment for folks who missed it on Wednesday and might be tuned in today. But then the Wizards went ahead and beat Milwaukee 114-113 on a winning bucket from C.J. McCollum in the final second. So that likely would have cracked my list. The last game played in 2025, definitely one of the top 5 Wizards wins of 2025. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to call an audible. We're going to give you a little replay of my 5 New Year's Wizards resolutions. You might have heard them on Wednesday, but for those who have not heard them yet, take a listen and enjoy. Just remember, there might be a couple numbers that have changed just slightly since Wednesday's performance. It's time now that I present to you my 2026 Wizards New Year's resolutions. And let's start out on the defensive side of the ball. For the 2026 portion of the season, I'd like to see the Wizards have a defensive rating of 116 points allowed per 100 possessions or lower. Over the last 9 games, the Wizards have gone 4-5, in large part because the defense has been trending in the right direction, as the Wizards have held teams to 117 points per 100 possessions. Why is the number 116 so important to me? Well, because coming into the season, Chase Hughes and I set the goal for this team that we wanted to see them play top 20 defense in the NBA. Right now, top 20 defense is right around 116 points allowed per 100 possessions. And here's the thing. The first month of the season was so bad on that end that it'll likely prevent the Wizards from being able to get into the top 20 by the end of the season. They're dead last right now, allowing 122 points per 100 for the season. But if they can start right now, the rest of the way, allowing 116 points per per 100 possessions for the 2026 portion of the season, that rating would probably be in the top 20 in the league for the 2026 part of the schedule. And that's the type of progress we're looking for. And it will have to start on the perimeter because we know the impact Alex Sarr has been having around the rim.
Half on John Morant. Aldama, hash mark in the right lane, goes at Middleton. Wheels in the right side of the thick arc and blocked by Alex Sarr. It looked like Sarr, and that would be his career-high 6th block. Sarr swats it out of play. This block party is like a New Year's Eve party.
But he can't be asked to do cleanup work all the time. So more of this would do the trick.
And the circle Morant. Poke loose from behind by Coulibaly. Johnson gets it. Up court to Coulibaly. Catch and score! And one! Below. Poked it away. Johnson to Coulibaly. Touchdown. 74-69 Wizards. Wow. What an assist also by Trey Johnson. Yes. He got that ball and led Coulibaly perfectly.
I'm fascinated to see if the Wizards can make those gains on the defensive end. My second resolution for 2026 for the Washington Wizards, it's out of their own control. But can the Wizards catch a break with the Lord of the Ping Pong Balls? We all remember the story from the 2023 NBA draft. With one ping pong ball to go in the draft lottery, the Wizards were holding 6 of the 13 possible combinations that would net them the number 1 overall pick and the right to select Victor Wembanyama. Of course, probabilities would serve as just a consolation prize. The ping pong ball would go San Antonio's way. The rest is history. The Spurs already look like a contender in the Western Conference. Then last year, the Wizards were tied for the top odds at getting the number 1 pick, and the lowest they could possibly pick was 6th. Well, wouldn't you know it, the Wizards fell all the way down to that 6th pick. Luckily enough for the Wizards, Trey Johnson was still on the board when they got to number 6, which is a much better prize than you'll typically find at that spot in most drafts. But assuming the Wizards will be near the top of the board in draft odds in 2026, can the ping pong balls be a little bit kinder this time around? Washington hasn't had a number 1 overall pick since 2010, when of course they selected John Wall, which led to a very successful 5-year run from 2014 to 2018. So similar luck would be much appreciated in 2026. For New Year's resolution number 3, I'll turn it over to Glenn Consor, who is hoping to see the Wizards do a better job of scoring off turnovers.
They're only averaging about 14 points off of turnovers, and that number's got to be, if they can get that number up, Ryan, and you're spot on. If they can get that number up to like over 20, that also helps them with the grinded out type games playing against veteran teams. So you want to muck it up and get some points off turnovers. And my whole thing was be aggressive on the perimeter.
Now, to put things into a little bit more context, the league averages around 19 points off turnovers per game. So they're 5 points off the average at this point in the season. And while I heard Glenn Consor's wish to be up around 20 points per game off turnovers each night, I'm not sure I'm willing to set the bar that high right away, because to average 20 points off turnovers per game right now would have you in 6th or 7th in the NBA. Cleveland gets 20.4 per game off turnovers. The Warriors are in 7th at 19.5 per game. But what I do know is that the Wizards have the type of personnel and athleticism that can bother teams.
On the left wing, Wells, left elbow, spins, gets the lane. Justin Champagne knocks it away and getting at George. Center circle. George driving to the basket and one. Keyshawn knifing to the rack. Makes it 82-78, and he has a chance to make it a 3-point game.
Once again, though, the grit trigger is Justin Champagne getting stops. Champagne did a great job tying up Wells.
The pieces are there, so I'd love to see this Wizards team going from scoring about 14 points off turnovers per game to forcing, 2-3 more turnovers per game, getting an extra 4 points off those, and averaging at least 18 points per game off turnovers in the 2026 portion of the calendar. My 4th resolution is a simple one, and it was also on my Wizards Christmas wish list. It's simple. I want to see a 4-game winning streak before the season ends. Last year's group topped out at a 3-game winning streak. I thought that was valuable experience when they got it at the beginning of February, and I thought it spurred them on to better play for the next 5-6 months, or 5-6 weeks, I should say, because, there's been a lot of talk about the value of stacking days as young players learning how to stack days. And I think we've seen flashes of what that looks like from this group in terms of how their off-season training made them better players coming into the season, and how they're having more success in a lot of areas of individual development on the court this season. So the next phase of that, to me, is seeing it translate on the team level. A 4-game winning streak is a clear sign of you are stacking days consecutively at a high level. And the good news for the Wizards is we'll end 2025 by having seen them get their first winning streak of this season. Back-to-back wins over Toronto and Memphis prove to the group they can string consecutive wins together. Now they've just got to keep figuring out ways to string as many good minutes out of 48 together on a consistent basis. If they start to do that, we'll see more 2-game winning streaks. Once there's a couple 2-game winning streaks, the next evolution is take one up to 3. And then once you're at 3, only 1 game away from 4. So why not get a 4-game winning streak before this season is all said and done? And then finally, my last Wizards New Year's resolution is I hope the home fans get to experience a moment like this before the season is done.
The Wizards are bringing all their players in. Are they going to review this? They were about to inbound the ball to Champagny. Give the Champagny the ball for the inbound. And they are still. But for a moment there, the referees had a conference. The teams separated. All right, so working left to right. 118-117. The Heat on top. Champagny near midcourt on the left side. Champagny does not have a timeout. It's got to get it into Carrington. Carrington left sideline, guarded by Hawkins. Carrington drives, left elbow. Flips up the shot.
Whoa!
Scores at the buzzer. He's mobbed by his teammates. He put it high off the glass to avoid the Hawkins block. And Bob Carrington driving and scoring. And the Wizards winning 119-118. I don't believe what I just saw, but it's on radio, so you know it's true.
What a spectacular shot. And Dave, he was shaking, baking, threw it around his back, left the ground fading. On the way down, he threw it up off the glass, and somehow that went in. How fitting.
Bob Carrington's season-ending walk-off hoop was absolutely electric last season, but it came on the road. Wizards fans haven't been able to experience a home walk-off win since February of 2020. That's right. You have to go a month before that whole global pandemic thing since we felt this kind of euphoria.
All right, the Wizards inbound the ball on the left sideline near the Mavericks bench, working left to right. Bradley Beal is in the backcourt. There's only 1.8 seconds left. Troy Brown on the left sideline by the hash mark to inbound the basketball. No timeouts for the Wizards. Porzingis to cover the inbound, and why not? He's got the link. Brown looking to get it in. He's got to hurry to Beal. Beal catch, bank, and score! Catch, bank, and score! Wizards win! Beal mobbed at midcourt by his teammates. Bradley Beal, the catch, bank, and score! 119-118. Wizards win over the Dallas Mavericks.
Bradley Beal's game winner against the Dallas Mavericks on February 7, 2020 remains the last home buzzer beater in front of the Capitol Arena fans. At the end of the day, there's nothing more thrilling in the sport than seeing the ball go through the hoop with the red lights surrounding the backboard, and thrills are what we all come for. So hopefully we'll get at least one in 2026 at Capital One Arena. Those are my Wizards New Year's resolutions, and may 2026 be a healthy and prosperous year for all the members of our DC family. And now it's time for a flash.
Washington Wizards basketball. Wizards Radio, 24/7.
On January 9th, the rumors finally became truths. as the Washington Wizards acquired four-time All-Star point guard Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. It brought to an end Trae Young's tenure in Atlanta, the team that drafted him 5th overall in the 2018 NBA draft, a team that he once led to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. But then the Hawks, despite a couple of playoff appearances afterwards, never could get past the first round, never could really climb that mountaintop again. But now he comes to Washington, D.C. with a resume that, quite frankly, the Wizards haven't had at the point guard position in quite a few years, something I talked about with Glenn Consor on the Wizards Power Hour. And certainly when you think of Trae Young, you think of one of the best creators and playmakers of the past 7 years or so. A career average of 25 points per game, the third best career assist average at 9.8 assists per game. Elite on that end of the ball. How important is it for this Wizards team, especially with all the youth they have, to bring in an initiator like that?
Well, he's an all-star, and he's an all-star point guard. So this team needs a point guard. He really, when healthy, he's a powerful and dynamic offensive engine that can create for himself, scoring opportunities for guys like Alex and Trae and Keyshawn and Bilal, all the young guys, and Bub. And he is a master at the pick and roll game and throwing the lob pass. So there's so many positive things that he brings to the table. And I think it's important to note, too, Brian, that I don't think at this point of his career and when he's coming to this team, he's not coming here to be a savior. He's coming here to be a role player, and he can do so many things to fill that role.
And when you think of when the Wizards have been at their best this century, it's been with a premier point guard at the helm, whether it be Gilbert Arenas really playing for the most part that point guard role in the late 2000s, to John Wall, to 1 year of Russell Westbrook. Having an elite player at that position really can do so much for a team.
Absolutely. And I think ultimately with his skill set, when healthy again, it accelerates the development of the young players on this team because he could do so much to help them. He's a competitor. And he gets stuff done on the floor, and he's so dynamic that I think he has a lot to bring to the table. There's not many guys in the history of the NBA that have led the NBA in scoring and assists in the same year. In fact, it's only one player, and that's Nate Archibald, and who was one of my favorite players growing up.
Quite a player to share a resume with, and the Wizards will hope that Trae Young can have a Nate Archibald-like impact on Washington, D.C. whenever he does take the court. That doesn't appear to be in the immediate future as he continues to work his way back from knee and quad injuries that have kept him to only playing 10 games so far this season. But when he does get on the court, he provides an engine, like Glenn Consor said, that the Wizards have sorely been missing.
Kenny Pompey, Baltimore, Maryland. I love the team. This is Wizards Radio 24/7.
With the first pick in the 2010 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select John Wall from the University of Kentucky.
John, we welcome you to the nation's capital.
I feel great. It was a dream come true as a kid. Growing up, you want to eventually play in the NBA, but also be a top guy. And thank God that they picked me.
Wall quickly up ahead of the group, lays it off for Thornton, who scores. Boy, John Wall looked like he was shot out of a cannon. 19 points, 13 assists, 10 rebounds, a career first for him, a triple-double.
Back out front, Wall, 5 o'clock. Wall has to create. Bayless is on him. Wall, crossover, top of the key. Fades left at top of the key. Shoots, scores! A new career high for John Wall! He's got 40 points, and what a way to do it! The shake, the bake, the crossover, the score. The Wizards lead 94-83.
Joining me is John Wall. Congratulations. It pleases me to say at the end of the games that you play well that this was the best game of your career. But it seems like every time the next game comes, you're showing me something different.
I just know I want to be aggressive. Like you said, especially with my teammates down. I knew I had to carry a bigger load of not just scoring, but assisting, running the team, and getting everybody involved.
Make no mistake. And it was such a thrilling announcement this week. Thursday night, after we got back from L.A., John Wall is an NBA All-Star.
The slam dunker of the night is John Wall.
So I just wanted to come in and be a better point guard and be a better leader, and basically just lead my team. And like I said, my main goal is to be a playoff team, and that's what I got for the team and myself. But to have accomplish one of your own goals is a dream come true, especially be known as one of the best players in the NBA.
The fans are up, and the Wizards are on. It's been a journey. It's been hard work. John Wall hugging Randy Whitman. 2014 playoffs. Here come the Wizards.
I never got used to losing. I went out there and gave 110% every game and tried to win, no matter what our record was. And trying to prove our game, and it's big to reach a playoff spot.
The Wizards trying to advance to the second round of the NBA playoffs for the first time since 2005. That's the goal tonight. Now the Wizards, a critical possession with 2:57 to go in the game. Now on the right wing, it's John Wall. 3-second shot clock. Wall crossover right at the top. He rises, shoots, scores. Big. John Wall with the shot clock winding down. Scores over Heinrich, 72-67 Wizards.
Giant onions by John.
Wizards and Celtics deadlocked here. Our first excursion into double overtime this 2014-2015 season. Wall left double drives to the basket. Reverse layup and one. John Wall from the left side to the right side. And he's all right. And we're tied at 132. And with 44 seconds left in the second overtime, John Wall is going to the free throw line.
Blazing speed.
The buzzer sounds. The Wizards secure. 133-132 in double overtime.
John Wall victorious tonight, but grieving for his friend, 6-year-old Maya, who passed away this past Saturday, losing her battle with leukemia.
John, just walk me through your emotions right now.
Man, this is an emotional game for me. This is for Maya. One of my close friends I lost that I met last year. It's just tough, man. I mean, to see a little kid that fights so hard for cancer and can't beat it. This game's for her, man. All my jerseys, my shorts, I'm going to give it to her family. It's a tough day for me.
You know, John Wall, this is
another game that adds to his legend. We're seeing the growth of a star.
You're ready. Christmas Day together. Wizards and New York Knicks.
Boy, John is just putting on a show. The Garden has this magical, mystical way of bringing out the best in certain players, and we're about to throw John in that category.
John Wall, edge of the circle, cuts to his right, splits the defender's drives, 360 under the basket, makes and scores! John Wall, 360 as he got to the restricted arc, and he was unrestricted, 83-68 Wizard lead.
That might have been the most spectacular play of the season by any Wizard player.
Man, oh man.
He 360'd in the paint.
Noah wins the tip, but John Wall grabs it. Wall, started by Harden, going to the basket, trailing Beals, Durant, and there it is. Wall to Beal, a slam, a new franchise record for assists. Assist number 3,823 in John Wall's career. And fittingly, it happened on a Bradley Beal slam dunk. Put an exclamation mark by that. Left corner, Bellinelli, ball fake, guarded by John Wall. 3 on the clock, Bellinelli goes to drive, poked loose by Wall. Gortat got the loose ball, head to Wall. Wall floats it up, Porter, back and score! John Wall poked it away to start it. Porter finished it.
And now John Wall breaks the team's all-time steal record. Greg Ballard had it, and now John Wall has it with that steal, 763 steals.
Wall, right wing outside the arc. Off the Gortat screen. Wall foul line. Feeds Gortat back and score. Beautiful play. Wall to a double team. His 20th assist. A new career high that makes it 106-102. Career high 20 assists for John Wall. Wizards by 4. John Wall, guarded by Payton. Now Payton knocks away. Wall gets it back, attacks, foul line, drives the basket, banks, and scores! And scores! 10,001 points. Career for John Wall. Youngest in franchise history of that mark.
It's unbelievable, man. The kid from Raleigh, North Carolina, never would have doubted a day to be a franchise guy, 10,000 points. Man, to be able to be a leader in assists, a leader in steals, and try to keep building that up. But it's an honor, man. Without my teammates that I had over the 8 years, great coaching staff, great fan base, I wouldn't be able to be the player I am to deal with this adversity of injuries. And just a humble experience, an honor, and I got so much more to get at this city.
Tonight from Verizon Center, it's the Wizards and Boston Celtics Game 6 NBA Eastern Conference Semifinal Series. It's about to start right now. Yep. Wizards must win. Game 6. Everybody, grab your friends. You want to be here tonight. Clock moves. 6 seconds. Wall well beyond the arc for 3. It's there! Oh, it's there! Oh, it's there! Wall flexes his muscle. Wizards lead 92-91, and that final save finish the season.
My favorite moment of the Wizards was my big shot I hit in Game 6. And that's the biggest shot in my career.
It goes off, and the Wizards are going to Boston for a Game 7 on Monday after a 92-91 win over the Celtics.
And just to do it in front of all our amazing fans and force a Game 7, it was dope. It was everything you could basically dream of in the playoffs and being in a big moment and taking those big shots.
John Wall, the game-winning three. He's running around the court. He steps on the scorer's table. His arms go in the air, and he's pounding his body because the Wizards have done it. They have given the nation's capital a reason to smile again.
A lot of guys doubted us winning this game at home, and we just had a lot of heart, and I just wanted to see know that we love them for all the support they give us, but out there, amazing fan support tonight. Want to win this game, and so all we asked for is one more game, and we got it. For one, just thinking about all the history I have here, so many people I touched here, so many people touched me, watching me grow from a young boy to a man, just knowing how much this city means to me. Like I said, it's always second home to me, and I'm going to continue to show my love and support for this city and the people that's always been for me, and that's never going to change.
We're going to hang up a banner.
Another banner. Let's go Wizards. WizKids.
Wizards Radio 24/7.
You're listening to Wizards Radio 24/7. On Friday, January 9th, the Washington Wizards made it official that they had acquired Atlanta Hawks point guard Trae Young for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert, bringing the four-time All-Star to Washington, D.C. And on January 9th, he was introduced to the city as a whole alongside General Manager Will Dawkins. Here is the full audio of that press conference.
As an organization, Trae, we want to officially welcome you here to D.C. You guys have all seen it. You guys have seen him play basketball. He plays an exciting brand of basketball that we're looking forward to seeing here. He just plays with a level of confidence, a level of competitiveness that we feel like we'd like to add. And it's what sets him apart when you watch him play amongst the other guards in the league. So happy to have him here. Trae's been a force since he got in the league. Day one, rookie year, he evolved into one of the best in elite, proven playmakers, and that's something that we're going to be continuing looking for while he's here. I know the front office, the evaluation